Hello! Hi, chat. How's everyone doing? Hello, hello, hello. I hope you're all having a lovely, lovely day. I totally didn't get distracted and started stream a couple minutes late. That didn't happen. You don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, congratulations to Proper Fort Knox for getting a third. I believe that is Ash who got second and then had to leave, but hi Ash, hi. And then Evan who got first. Yippee! Yeah, I totally I was planning to stream today, and then I totally forgot to tell my mods. So we're just gonna fuck around and find out. We're just gonna have a good time, and I hope you will enjoy the good time. We're on Gardenfell again because, honest to God, I haven't had a lot to do on Gardenfell. I have even less to do on Lumen right now. There is nothing I can think of doing on that server other than leveling up my Pokemon, and that is boring as hell. I don't want to do it. So we're gonna fuck around and find out. We're kind of just gonna get straight into it, and then I'm gonna rant about whatever I want whilst playing the game. Before I get into it, I will say, pretty please remind me to hydrate because I have a hot cocoa and I really don't want to forget about it and let it go cold, because I will forget about it and let it go cold. I always do that with my drinks. We love my cocoa. I'm doing good. I've had like a pretty chill, pretty sweet day. Haven't done a lot. Or like not a lot that's productive. I've just been playing Minecraft. My life recently has just been playing Minecraft. I have my sis. I'm taking care of my sister's dog right now though, so like I get to leave the house at least. I have a reason to go outside, but yeah, yeah. That's as much as I got. Anyway, we're just gonna get into the game because yes, because I want to. I got my little guy also in the corner of the screen, right below my head. We've got the little derpy art that I think Simon made for me for Christmas for Secret Santa, and I just realized I still had it on my OBS, so it's now just gonna sit there because I think it's cute. Because it's Jasper. Literally, I feel like I'm in my Jasper model more than my normal skin now, to the point where I'm really not used to my normal skin anymore. I'm not used to this skin actually, because Jasper's hair is gotten whiter since her nightmare due to stress. So I'm glad you guys like it. I worked hard on it. I want to do more block bench stuff and actually learn how physics works, but it requires scripting and lure, and it scares me, and there's not very good documentation for that stuff. Well, there's not tutorials, and I work best. I'm an audio visual learner. I'm undiagnosed. So I find it very difficult to do stuff when I don't have any idea of what's going on. But if you guys remember last stream, Lizzie gave me the unfortunate news that Tom Simple Storage, the storage mod that we have on the server, is going to be removed because it causes a lot of lag. Perfectly understandable, totally fine. I don't care. However, it's annoying when you already have it set up. Because you go from having all your storage in one spot to having to move it all to individual spots like a normal Minecraft plebeian. So I've spent the last 2 days doing that. So we're gonna go and see. I'm gonna show you. So you guys know this is, well, first of all, this room doesn't have the terminal anymore, and I have my stuff for the photo development over there. And also, double door! This is a single. Oh, I turned this around. I got turned around. This is a single before. I can't believe it either. It's actually insane to me how, like, people who have been watching me for so long and subbing for so long, because I'm just a little guy. But yeah, first big change. Staircase is now a double. Got a double door entrance. I don't... Follow it should work, but it might have a different name, because I think it's... Oh my god, I didn't open Mix It Up. No, I did. I just didn't log in. If anyone did a daily draw, I am so sorry. I'm gonna refund that. That was just Marin. There we go. That's been refunded. Mix It Up is now open and logged in. Wait. It's loading. It's loading. Okay, now it's fully logged in. There we go. Also, Mix It Up has just showed me someone lurking in chat. Hi, Magix. My friends! Yippee! But yeah, we got a bigger entrance into my garden area now. My cooking area. I need to fix that. I'm probably gonna move all of these over and just put like pillars in the corners. I just kind of forgot about it, so we might do that in a minute. But yeah, down here is just the same. It's just my gardening area. Down here is where things go a little bit crazy. Space! Spacious space. It's very good. I set up warp plates to like every secret room or like important space that I have. And I've got these storage barrels. And they're netherite ones because I'm excessive. I had more blocks than like the cobblestone and the deep slate and stuff. I just had to throw a bunch away because I didn't initially have these. Added these later. This is the max you can have before you have these. You can see there. And then once you have them, you get so much more space. It's actually insane, and that's only a gold upgrade. But yeah, these are kind of like the box that the box what the blocks that you just get from like idly mining around and doing all that stuff that you'll probably get a bunch of. I've got a little secret bed over here that I can snooze in and set my spawn, which is very, very nice. The waystone has been decorated. It's still in the exact same place. I just kind of made it fancier. And then the big change is I expanded this room because this used to end like here. This used to end here. And now it's fully expanded and I have so many barrels. This entire wall of barrels is all full of items. This one is only up to like this. This is the last one that I filled. So it's got these 8. I've got 9 on this side and the rest over here. And more stuff might get added to these, or I might organize these more and separate some blocks around. But I've got all my stuff, my logs, my wood, my plants. So many plants. I did not know how many plants I had. Dirt, stones, other shit, skull, iron, all my gems. All the gems, all the jewels, all the shit. Decorations, my flags. So I have so many paintings. I got like all of these from the gacha. I have so many paintings because you can only get these ones from creative, where you know what you're going to be placing them, and once you place them, they turn into normal. You have to guess paintings. You can never have too much storage. You're so correct, and these are all diamond upgraded with gold stack upgrades, which is really, really nice. I need more diamonds. I have 180 diamonds. I think I started this with like 300, maybe 500. I don't remember exactly. But I'm running low on my diamond days and I'm completely out of netherite. That is the lamest sentence anyone has ever said in their fucking life. Oh my god. So I mean, anyway, I moved all my chipped stuff into here, as well as like my blocky things, which is very, very fun. And you might be noticing there used to be a door here. We'll talk about that later. Smelter room is basically the same, because I can't really move that. But then I got my furnaces and stuff, and they're very cool, and I added an extra soul furnace for that stuff, and all my companions things. Added my crystallized blood armor because as much as I love it, not being able to put like because it's missing one enchant slot, it's just kind of useless. Like these are good enchants, don't get me wrong, but this armor I've got blessing on it, and that's just kind of a bit better. Though that being said, I do kind of want to re-enchant these, at least 2 of them. Actually, maybe it's at least 1 of them, because I wanted... What did I want? There was another enchant that Corals adds that I wanted to replace Blessing. And I can't remember it off the top of my head. It wasn't Razor's. It wasn't Razor's Edge, I don't think. I'd have to look it up, and I can't be bored right now. Also, I got this because I have a bunch of trash bags. That's another mod that might actually be getting removed, but you know, we'll put it in the box anyway. I also made a lava trash because I had so many items, some of them I just wanted to get rid of without having to spam click, so that's like my automated trash, because you can't automate this trash. Did I put that? That is in the right place. Okay. Oh yeah, my smelter area is pretty much the same, but I changed the access to the maintenance hatch. It used to be over here. Now there's a warp plate to it next to the on-off switch. So this just takes you to where the maintenance is for the water wheel that powers the super smelter. And that takes you someplace cool. We're gonna use the other warp. Actually, this warp plate in the middle just takes you back upstairs because I'm lazy. It's right down that hallway. I'm just lazy and don't want to walk all the time, so I made a warp plate to it. I could technically just wall that off completely now, but I won't do that. I just thought it was funny to be that lazy. But let me show you the other things. So I got warp to my greenhouse because I always end up needing to come here. So I got a secret wall. Just because it's easier to keep the stuff in here until I need it, rather than move it all into storage downstairs, because there's just not space. Okay, oh, thank you. You're so sweet, Evan. But yeah, we got my slime ball farm, all of the different woods and materials, and this stuff is all the same. I haven't changed any of this out. We just have a secret warp plate in the wall, which is very fun. This one I've always had a warp to. It's just the thing behind my potion room, which we're not going to look at too closely because I have a thing in there that's going to be for lore later. But this is take me to my potion room. And then I also put like, we got the potion stuff, and this is where I keep like book storage. Hello, Kiki. Hello, thank you for the sub. I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful day. And then I also newly added transportation to the magic room. Got rid of the Ars Nouveau stuff, because I'm going to be doing a big build for Ars Nouveau at some point, so I don't need a tiny corner of it up here. So instead, this is my hexery storage. We got all my dried herbs in here with my sage bundles. And then I got all of my iron stuff over here. I'm doing good. I hope you're doing good today. I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful time. Also, the music today is just like auto-playing, like... most of it's Vocaloid tracks. Actually, you know what? We're gonna do something. Because I've been in a mood. I've been in a mood. And that mood is Kasane Tato. But I want to start with Bird Brain. So this album better have Bird Brain on it. Because if not, I'ma fight somebody. Actually, it has spoken for. Oh, it does have Bird Brain. There we go. We're just gonna listen to Tato today because I like Tato. Or Teto, sorry. I'm not Japanese, I can't speak. Also, trash. Not something I want. See, the trash is very hit and miss. Sometimes you get nothing, and then sometimes you get really cool stuff. Like, the amount of Botania items I've gotten from it is insane. 1 hour of sleep could be more fair. Oh. Oof, I feel that. I mean, I've been sleeping alright, but I'm so tired all the goddamn time. I want to go to bed. But yeah, that's what those warp plates are. And then the crate machines. So the big thing, in order to expand this room, see, over in this corner before I expanded it was my crushing wheel. And then in here, I had my haunter and my press and my deployer and all of the crate machines that are all missing. The only one that has remained is the super smelter, because that's fucking annoying. Oh, I'm sorry. I hope you get better sleep today. It always sucks when you can't sleep. I get insomnia like a bitch. Oh. Me lose my train of thought. But yeah, in order to expand this place and reorganize everything, I kind of had to move my crate machines. And I had a basement to my basement below this room. There was a door to around like right here, I think. And all it had in it initially, and I showed it last stream, all I had in it was what is it called? My mechanical crafter for making crushing wheels. I expanded that just a little bit. Ignore these are gift bags, but you know, mechanical craft is the same as always. And then there's this. Which is a very big room. I have never been more thankful to have the spell Spectral Hammer. Is it a godsend? Made all of this goddamn possible. But yeah, basically in here, we have free mixers, haunter, washer, smelter, free presses. I've got a lava farm, which also will automatically put lava in the buckets for you. Here's the lava farm. Free deployers, and even free mills. And you might be wondering, oh, also my crushing wheel is still here. Might be wondering, this isn't moving, this isn't working. It's because I have to turn it on, guys. I'm also getting lag spikes in here before it even turns on. There we go. And now everything pops to life. And it will work better if I actually let this go. So anyone who isn't familiar with Create, also I'm going to turn my shaders off because I'm getting lag spikes down here with it on. This is a steam engine, which is just a fluid tank like those. And then you put one of these steam engine blocks on it. And then these will connect to all of the stuff to power your machines. And then here we have pumps, which are taking water from infinite water sources to put water into the steam engine. And actually, did I leave the entrance to this open? I did, yeah. And these are all just powered by water wheels downstairs, and that's what the button turns on. Hi, Burger! I'm showing people I've become a god at Create. By god, I mean this is like nothing, but I'm happy with myself. Also, you can see the lava's now been transferred into the fluid pipes, and this can start getting more lava that will then be transferred into the fluid pipes, which is all very, very cool. Yeah! So all of these pumps are powered by water wheels below. Magix is online, yippee! And then the blaze burners are powered by this mechanical hand, which powers them with charcoal, and the charcoal is made by this smelter here, which uses these, that's 9, 11? Yeah, 11 botany pots with oak saplings in them that go into this barrel, which is set to void anything that isn't oak logs, which are then sent into a smart chute, which you can lock like a hopper, so then nothing will be sent out, so it won't waste anything when all of this isn't on. Yeah, it's quite fun. I'm not doing anything super fancy with it right now. This is just for like farms and shit, but it's very cool. It's just quite laggy, you know? But it's very cool. But yeah, the wood gets shot into here, and then the lava, which has a fan, which is powered by a different water wheel in here, takes it to this funnel, which accepts only charcoal. It's a bit backed up at the moment because it's overproducing. Because this has, like, the botany pots run even when the farm isn't running. So there was probably a lot of oak in here. And that then just got shot out into here, and that's why it's a bit backed up right now. Because yeah, this is just a normal barrel. I need to change that into one of these barrels, actually. We'll go and do that in a minute. I'm gonna actually turn the smart chute off and pick this shit up. We can throw the charcoal in here because that will just get sent back through the chute in a minute. It's got too much. Magix! I do a little wave. Hey, I'm a pack with 2 friends. I'm just sitting there pretending that's going on. Yeah, that's how I usually feel. I just decided there's a couple things that Create makes easier. Like before the Nether was open, the only way of getting quartz was by crushing diorite. And there's just a couple of things that like crushing wheels can make it a little bit easier. So that's why I initially started using it. And then I decided I might as well do something cool in my basement. So yeah. There's this whole system which puts charcoal into here, which I'm going to replace with a better barrel in a minute. And then that gets funneled through this chute into this bigger barrel down here. Actually, yeah, that shouldn't be too bad because it has... Oh, okay. So what I'm seeing is that I don't need a bigger barrel here because this is just to transport things to there. I need to just add stack upgrades to this one. Or even make this one a netherite barrel. I think might need some more charcoal, maybe. But yeah, the mechanical hand grabs the charcoal and then fuels the 9 blaze burners. If I had my goggles on, you'd see that the heat isn't at max capacity. This would probably be a lot more efficient if I used lava farms to power the blaze burners or set up a automatic, like, blaze cake factory. I can't be bothered with that shit. I'm not doing that much stuff with Create, so this is as much as I really need. I don't need anything else than this. I'm good. I'm happy. I'm content. But yeah, we just get like everything that I could ever need and or want. And it's awesome. And I can just turn it all off at the press of a button. The only downside with this is that once I turn it on, everything turns on, and that is definitely more lag-inducing than individually turning machines on and off. But realistically, unless I'm using the crushing wheel, I'm probably gonna need multiple machines running at once. I do have a couple, like, the haunters and stuff I can manually control, but most of the other things I haven't been able to do that with, because it just says it's overstressed. But yeah, now it's all on, and the blaze burners will just continue till they run out of charcoal. And yeah, let's go make that stack upgrade. Because I think that's gonna be important. Also, there's a thing here to get the super smelter really quick. Let me remember what I actually need for a stack upgrade. It is this one. Okay, that's just stripped wood, and that just needs planks. It's 5 of those, and then it's like 8. And then yeah, the main annoyance that has come from this has really just been I now have to manually craft things. I don't have the luxury of just being able to type and then go do that. I have to work at it myself now, which means everything takes just that little bit longer to do, which is annoying. But you know what? It could be a lot worse. So I should fucking smell this. I should smell all of this. Wait. Anything else? No, it's just that. Okay. Neater than I am with everything. I mean, I wasn't neat initially. I just, like... I do have kind of a thing for organization. If I don't have everything nicely and neatly organized, I do kind of lose my mind gradually. Which is very different to, like, my bedroom in real life. My clothes are, like, everywhere. Or they're all neatly, like, piled on top of each other and folded up. They're just, like, I don't put them away. Because I like being able to see them. My dream is literally just to have one of those, like, metal clothing racks that they have in like, shops and retailers. Just because I'd be able to see all my shit. It'd get eaten by moths, but I'm okay with that. I'd rather my stuff get eaten by moths than me forget it exists. Actually, that's not true. I don't want my stuff getting eaten by moths, but I can just get, like, mothballs. I can just do that. Also, I have a lot of gold because I AFK'd at the gold farm, which we have on the server now, which is really cool. Wonder who built that? It was me. I built that. Yay. I need food. Get food! Get nom-noms! Go eat. I need one more bit of iron. I had bratwurst for dinner. My dad's working late this week, so I'm having to fend for myself. And we also, oh wait, I forgot. This is actually less because, when you make a copper upgrade, you can just like, it lets you use less iron, which I get in like theory. I'm assuming it's because the mod predates the copper update. And therefore they just decided it would be, instead of just changing the progression, they would just make it like a cheaper progression for iron. But who knows? Oh, thank you. Thank you for the health pack. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I nearly ran to go to the door because I'm so used to doing that. Okay, let me... So it is... Yeah. This barrel which needs a stack upgrade. And then that is going to gradually fill itself up. And then I will manually move all of the charcoal from up here. Yeah, this is what is great about this whole farm, is that botany pots are just insane. This could be even more insane if there is an add-on mod for botany pots which lets you upgrade them. So baseline botany pots just gives you these ones, normal ones, and then these ones which are hoppers. So they have their own internal storage. And then they will dispense into whatever block is below them. Like this one's just on top of the barrel because it is a hopper in and of itself. The hoppers on the sides just to connect. I could also use chutes for these, I think, but I don't know how chutes work enough to actually want to do that. So we're just using those. But what's my train of thought? Where did it go? But yeah, you see how like quickly these all pile up with items and stuff. You can upgrade botany pots in one of the mods and make like a diamond tier one, which means it just has more internal storage, I think, and maybe is quicker. I don't actually know. I've been testing it in like a different mod pack, but I haven't used it that much to really be able to say. But yeah, this space does need like a little bit more decoration. I even need to find more machines that I could use to like fill up these middle spaces. Or I just need to put like some other stuff down, like carpets or something, just to fill the space up. I built this room before I even knew like what I was gonna exactly put in here, other than like I had a feeling I was gonna want a steam boiler. But other than that, I really didn't know, so that's why it's a bit bigger than it really needs to be. But, you know, it's fun. And Mechanical Crafter is still powered by its own water wheel, because I don't use it. It's set up just to make, crushing wheels, so I don't have much of a use for it. Also, I keep my wrenches and my other stuff here, so that's very fun. Oh, incomplete willow train track. That's going back in the bin. But yeah, this is all the stuff that I've done over the past like 2 days. I literally finished organizing everything today. I built this whole space and downstairs yesterday. I finished moving everything into the barrels today. It took me so long. It was actually insane. It tuckered me out quite a bit. But I don't know really what I want to do today. I just wanted to stream. Like I said last stream, we're gonna have more lore on Thursday. Which will hopefully be very, very fun. Longer than the lore we had at the weekend, at least by a little bit. I need to discuss the plans of Lizzie, but I mean, who else is Jasper gonna run to after realizing she wasn't dreaming up Gardenfell this whole time? I say as I slurp my cocoa. Yippee! That makes me so happy, Evan. I get quite self-conscious about stream and stuff because I don't do as much as I used to. I don't do TikTok, and I'm not really active on any other social media anymore, other than like Twitch. And then I'm always around on Discord. I'm the kind of person who I will reply to anything, but I very rarely start a conversation. That's just always been how I am. And so you're gonna share a silly? I love sillies. We love sillies. That's so fair, Evan. I get like that. It's easier in a Discord where you can just throw things to the wind, but like, life is scary. People are terrifying. People scare the fuck out of me. Like, I love this server. I'm obsessed with this server. I mainly do stuff with Lizzie because I am scared to reach out to other people. And thankfully, everyone's really nice, and I feel like I've generally made some good friends. But I'm just a nervous little gal. I'm just a scared little guy. We don't want this Locometal. Locometal's annoying to craft, but I just never want to use it. But yeah, this is all the stuff. I realized I didn't turn my shaders back on. When I'm not streaming, I actually have gotten into the habit of playing without shaders. I play with shaders on stream, specifically like lore, because I like the aesthetic. I like the vibe. Especially these ones, which I made like moody on purpose, but Gardenfell lore, and I am very much in the trenches for another 2 weeks. Don't worry. I can give a synopsis on the Gardenfell lore from my perspective, at least, and then I can give a little bit of a, like, what's been going on in events and stuff, because I have been to most of the events, just not as Jasper. But I think whilst we do that, I want to go netherite mining, because I used all my netherite on these. Just let me make sure I do have my fire resistance ring on. Okay, then yeah, we're good. I'm also gonna move this stuff up here. And I get to show you guys how I've been doing my netherite, mining since the nether opened. So, here we go! Woo! And mine downwards. And mine to the side. Oh look, we found my other netherite mine! Ah, the lava is consuming me. The darkness is consuming me, Sora. What? Go for a little swim. It's nice. Actually, I will need to turn shaders off for this because it is too dark and I'm putting Fulbright on because it's easier. I've become a Fulbright enjoyer because it just makes my life so much easier, and that is— how do I fucking miss that? How did I miss this? How did I miss this? That's insane. That is actually insane. Chunk borders. There we go. And now we just mine. And we have a good time. Or we don't have a good time. But you know what? It's fine. I just need to mine like a little bit lower. It's because 16— oh, this is probably enough one of my mines. It's because 16 is the level that I always hear, but we're on 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, let's go up by 1. And we should hopefully avoid the lava. But yeah, I do have, if you do !Gardenfell, it does link to a document that has written recaps for all of my Gardenfell lore. It does not have the last stream because I'm not gonna lie, until I was getting ready to stream this today, I forgot I needed to write one. But it probably won't be very long. That last lore stream that I did on the weekend was just under half an hour, so it's probably the quickest to watch yourself if you're not caught up on everything else, but it is also the most confusing to watch if you haven't been paying attention. Also, don't mind me turning this on because it is not on. And I need it. There you go. Oh. I was hitting the throw button, not the other thing. Okay, put that in there. There we go. Thing only has the Twitter. Oh, does it? Oh, it might be recap. It might be ! Recap. My bad. My bad, gamers. There is also a there we go. Okay, my bad. I forgot my own commands. There is also a link to it in the convo topic form of my Discord. Because I just made that because I thought it would just be nice to have a dedicated place in case people want to talk about Gardenfell in my server. So that's why that exists. But yeah, that document has both my recaps, which are like bullet pointed summaries of every stream, and then also the pages from Jasper's canonical journal. There haven't been updates to the journal in a bit. I went back through and kind of annotated everything, so like you know what journal entry relates to which stream. But because Jasper passed out at the end of the 7th stream and was asleep until the end of the 8th stream, there's not been a diary entry for either of them. So, 3.5 years. You guys make me feel old. I started streaming when I was like 19? I turned 23 this year, and I know realistically 23 isn't like old. But I feel old. I'm feeling old. I have a niece now. I was babysitting my niece for a little bit today because my sister had stuff going on. It was very fun. I got cuddles. I got cuddles from the baby, and nothing beats cuddles from a sweet little baby. She also is obsessed with my dad's like curtains in the living room and just wants to wrap herself up in them. I think also partly because when she does it, I have to go and stop her, and then she gets to just hide and play chase, and it's very funny for her. Make me feel like you're 24. We all will make each other feel old, okay? You're not old. I don't think anyone is really old until they surpass 50. I think 50 is technically only like half your life, but still, I think you're not really old until you pass 50. Which I won't admit to my dad because he turns 50 this year. And I like making fun of him for being old. Make fun of your parents for being old. They deserve it. They brought you into this world. They deserve to be mocked. But yeah, I'm going straight into another pit of lava over that way. Let's go this way. Let me think about let's think about Gardenfell, and I'll give you guys all a recap because I love this stupid little server and it's very, very fun. So the server is called Gardenfell because it all takes place in this area, town, place called Gardenfell, which is quite mysterious, and a bunch of people wake up there, and they don't know why they're there. And as it turns out, they were all forcibly brought there in their sleep by somebody called Briar, who teleported them all to the town, is in order to get help rebuilding the place because some event happened which left it all in disarray. All of the people are left or were dead apart from Briar and the robotic constructs. So, you know, Brian's just a little guy. Brian just needed help, you know, fixing the place up. Though that being said, there is a reason for the particular people that she selected to bring in. A reason that canonically nobody knows. Out of canon, everybody knows, I'm pretty sure, but canonically nobody knows. Or actually, it might not be everybody knows. I know at least. And everyone knows their reason. But I don't think everyone knows each other's reasons. But you know, that's just a fun little thing. But yeah, and that's kind of the basic thing. Briar's kind of acting as mayor of the town. And not everyone is super happy about being forcibly brought here against their will. Most people woke up together on the opening day, but a few people woke up at different times. Just like me, for example. Out of law, it was because I couldn't make the event because it was too late at night and I wouldn't have been able to stream it or really do much because, you know, my dad was working early shifts and I don't like to be obnoxious like that. But in law, Jasper hadn't really been sleeping before being brought to Gardenfell and needed more sleep than everybody else. She basically just woke up late. She also woke up in the clock tower, which is not where Briar meant for her to be, but she was there, so it worked out. Briar found her. Jasper was very confused. Briar gave her a tour of the town. I kind of gave her the rundown on why she was there and all of that kind of stuff. It was very pleasant conversation and all that things. And Jasper spent all of it being kind of out of it, kind of confused, as you would be when you wake up in a place you've never been to before. She's just an eepy little gal. She has majorly bad insomnia, bit of a workaholic, doesn't take care of herself properly. Jasper is an author, by the way. Every character has a job they had before they came here. Jasper was an author. She has published a singular book called The Bismuth Mirror. The best way I can describe it is a cross between Alice in Wonderland and Coraline. But the way you get there is through a mirror. Which feels a bit more like compared to Narnia with them going through the wardrobe. Than, you know, in the Looking Glass, really. But yeah, until I actually write it, because I have it planned as like a 20 chapter book. Until I actually write it, that's the best way I can describe it to people without ripping my hair out and taking an age. But yeah, she has one book published. She's working on the sequel. She was doing that before she passed out at her desk and then woke up in Gardenfell. And she talks to Briar and gets the rundown of, oh, did I find? I'm sorry, I'm laughing. Lizzie told me they had like 6 blaze spawners that we were gonna add to the blaze farm, and I didn't know where they were. I just mined into them. Oh, excuse you? Okay. That's not very fun. Hey guys, can you not? There we go. Okay. Don't mind me. Enjoy this blaze intermission. That's really funny, actually. They're just gonna keep spawning because this wall is not thick enough to stop them. Yeah, we're just gonna move on. Anyway, Briar gives Jasper the tour of town, gives them the rundown of, yeah, you guys were all brought here, town needs rebuilding, you're gonna help, you're brought here for a reason, I'm not gonna tell you that reason, yada yada yada. And then Briar leaves, and Jasper, still being kind of dazed and sleepy, eepy bo beepy, decides, yep, this is totally a dream. Because in what reality, it is even in a world where magic exists, as it does, and Jasper is an elf, in what reality is she gonna fall asleep at her desk, wake up in a town she's never been to before, has only heard of in her last line of employment, which was as a journalist, and has no connection to, and then be told that she awoke there because a singular person brought her and several others to that place using magic. Not only that, but they cannot leave because there is a barrier set up to protect the outside world from whatever the fuck happened in the town, which she does not know what happened. She was not told. Briar would not tell her. And also, she isn't told in that moment, but later finds out that there is a protection for all of the people, that if they die, they don't die. They will come back. They have 3 chances. They have a free life rule. And she kind of just decides all of that is so crazy and impossible. And the more she learns and the longer she spends here, the more she kind of is like, yeah, this is exactly something that my imagination would cook up, because it's quite nonsensical. I don't really get it. It just can't be real. It just can't be real. And so she decides from the very moment that she first wakes up here that she has to be dreaming. That all of this is a dream. And to some that might make her actions a little bit strange, because despite the fact that she thinks she's dreaming, she's very kind to people, very nervous around them, wants to make a good impression, even though realistically she thinks all these people are figments of her imagination. But that's all because Jasper doesn't have many friends in the realm of wakefulness. She doesn't have any friends, actually. She lives a very lonely life, writing her books, and only really talks to her publishers. So she is desperate for just any kind of positive interaction with people and is kind of terrified of people in general. So in her dream world, she thinks that, I don't know, she wants to make a good impression on the dream people, because how fucked up would it be if even the people in her dreams didn't like her? So that's why she's so helpful to Briar. That's why she's so accommodating to Cyrus after she spills coffee on him. We'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, she just kind of files it all away and decides, yep, I'm dreaming. This is a dream. And because of that, she doesn't think she has to sleep. Because why would you sleep in a dream? That doesn't make any sense. You don't need to sleep in a dream. And the less that she sleeps, the less stable she is, the less focused she is, the more reliant on coffee she is, and the more she can justify everything being a dream. Because when you don't sleep for prolonged periods of time, or at least not extensively, she maybe gets like 5-10 minutes every now and then because she's so exhausted. You don't really see things clearly, and it all just kind of adds onto that. So yeah, she wakes up in Gardenfell, she goes wandering into the woods, as you do, writes in her journal, because even though she's like, I probably won't remember any of this once I wake up, but, you know, maybe writing it down in the dream might translate to me remembering more of the dream when I wake up. That's her logic. She goes into the woods to write her journal, gets lost trying to find her way back to town, finds a path with bluebells, and then finds a cottage in the woods. And these books from the previous owner, a man called Evander Zephyrine. And she kind of just like goes through the house, cleans it up, makes herself at home, and then goes to Briar with questions about the previous owner, because she doesn't want to intrude if the guy is still around, and she's curious about who he could be. And from that, she learns that Evander was a close friend of Briar's who left the town just before the leaves came off the tree and the disastrous event happened to, like, save himself. And something that upsets Briar is Jasper gives her a flower crown that Briar had initially made for Evander and that he left behind when he fled town. But yeah, from that, Jasper's whole idea of Briar, because of that, and from just their introduction, is that Briar is the sole living person. Like, constructs are alive, they have a soul, but they're not flesh and bone. They're built. They're things that Briar has built. Briar built all the constructs, as she found out from Honey, a construct who she met before talking to Briar about Evander. Very sweet. Love Honey so much. But yeah, Jasper sees Briar as a person who is very lonely and is willing to do drastic things because of that loneliness, and she relates to it. She's like, I'm a lonely person too. I don't have the power to summon a bunch of people to a town that I want to rebuild, but, you know, I can sympathize. I get it. I want to help. I want to be a nice, friendly neighbor, and I want to help. But yeah, Jasper starts living in Evander's house with Briar's permission and offers them that they'll help out whatever way they can, but they're not a very strong person. They know magic, but they haven't done a lot in a while. She went to school, and they had a magic course at her school. But she's a bit rusty, because when you're living in a city and you're just kind of writing books or articles for a living to get money to get dinner on the table, you don't need to practice magic apart from very basic things. So she's out of practice, but she knows stuff. But Briar ends up telling her, oh, if you brush up on your journalism skills, because, you know, you've not been a journalist in a couple of years, or like at least a year, then maybe you can help me write the Gazette, because that would be a positive thing that Briar needs help with, and Jasper's all about that. And so Jasper decides that she is going to grab a camera that she found in Evander's cottage and take photos around town and kind of think up whatever, like, recent events could be useful to put into an article for the townspeople to read. She ends up writing more so about the things that she learnt from other people. For example, the construct Honey that I mentioned before tells her that there was an election to decide on a representative for the people that Briar brought to town kind of to act as a middleman between everyone and Briar, since not everyone is a big fan of Briar. And the elected representative is Silas, who I did mistakenly call Stylus for quite a while. That was a legitimate J fuck up of I misheard something or misremembered their name after I was told, and it was very funny because I got corrected immediately once I started bringing it up to other people, and that was great. I enjoyed that a lot, actually. It was very fun. And it also kind of added to the, yeah, Jasper's not thinking straight and can't focus properly because she's so tired, and yeah, she's messing up names that she hears and information. She's getting it wrong because she's sleepy. Yeah, she goes into town with her camera, deciding to get pictures and kind of try and piece together things that she can report on. And it's there that she meets Cyrus, an astrologer, who she goes to introduce herself to and instantly trips and pours coffee all over him. Mortified, she takes him back to the cottage, cleans him up, and they get talking. And after learning that Cyrus has just been, like, living in the clock tower in town, basically, Jasper offers to let Cyrus stay with her. Now, Cyrus is a very kind of pompous, self-absorbed kind of character, played by the lovely Rose Thunder. They're very, like, high and mighty, and their justification for not going to any events has been that they're too good for it. They're above it all. But, you know, Jasper's being polite. She feels bad for ruining their fancy coat. She's heard of Cyrus before, from an article that the Thornwood times Thornwood is a town that most of the characters lived in before they got brought to Gardenfell, by the way. I mentioned that. She's heard of Cyrus and his work and is like, oh, you're kind of cool and you feel important and you act important, so I have an extra room in this big cottage that I'm not using. Why don't you can stay in it until you find someplace better, because I'm sure there'll be a better place. I'm gonna take a sip of my cocoa because my throat. Ooh. One sec. Oh, then ad plays, that's perfect. Cocoa break during ad time. Oh, wow. Delicious. Okay. Probably lag. Is that lag? Am I lagging? My connection seems good. Very enjoying the lore. I'm glad. Okay, then it must be Kiki's. Some frames for a sec. Considering I was completely, like, stationary in the game, I'm putting that down to your connection because I was stationary. There was nothing on my screen. It was either Twitch or it was your connection, unfortunately. Ad has ended. Okay, perfect. That's what I was waiting for before I continued the lore. So yeah. Jasper meets Cyrus. Cyrus moves into the spare bedroom. And everything is good. Jasper goes back into town another day trying to get photos and ends up meeting two other elves. A wood elf named Val, who has very big antlers with wisteria on them, and they're very pretty. And Val is wandering around town doing some shopping and sort of invites Jasper to join them. And whilst they're shopping, some phantoms start pestering them, and Val fights them off valiantly by jumping into the sky and doing all this cool magic shit, and Jasper is so impressed. She's like... I feel like Jasper's a bit of a Val fangirl. Jasper thinks Val is the coolest person ever because Val jumped into the sky and fought phantoms. And she tried to get a picture of it, couldn't get a good picture of it. Oh, thank you for the sub! Thank you for the gift sub to Burger! Oh my god, yay! Thank you, Kiki, thank you. You're such a sweetie. But yeah, But yeah, Jasper is very like, Val is the coolest person ever. Oh my god. Val is played by Lizzie. Lizzie plays a lot of characters. Briar and Honey, Lizzie plays both of, and they are NPCs, while Val is their stream character. So like I stream Jasper, but not the NPCs that I play. Lizzie streams Val. But yeah, they walk around town together, and then eventually they meet another elf, a moon elf called, well, they don't actually learn their name. They introduce themselves as just the herbalist by their job title, and the three end up hanging out. As it happens, the herbalist and Val hadn't really interacted with many people, and neither of them were at the election for the representative. And Jasper wasn't there either, but she at the very least has heard about it from Honey and Briar, as well as the Halloween event, which I kind of skimmed over because it was canon, but it wasn't super important, but it will become important in a minute. So they hang out, and Jasper kind of regales them with the information that she has, gives Silas's name incorrectly as Stylus, which is very funny, takes them to the Halloween island to kind of look around at the pumpkins, and the market stalls, and they end up going into Bloody Mary's house. Oh, actually, no, here's an important thing before we get into all of that. There's a graveyard on the Halloween island, and at the back of the graveyard, behind the mausoleum, is a grave with the name Angelica Zephyrine on it. The same last name as Evander, the man whose house Jasper is living in. And Jasper kind of puts two and two together and is like, the room I just gave to Silas was full of different plushies. That was probably Angelica's room. Holy fuck, Evander had a kid. Second holy fuck, they must have died before they left because they weren't mentioned at all in the note that Jasper found. Also, I forgot to say that the note Jasper found from Evander was note 3. So there's two others which Jasper hasn't seen yet. Hasn't found in the house. But yeah, they find that grave, and Jasper is super sad, feels bad for this Evander guy, someone she's never met. She's very empathetic and sensitive. She's very sweetie pie, you know? Everyone should do lore. Lore is so fun. Or just like writing stories or anything. I have a very overactive imagination, and but I really struggle to like sit and spend time writing things down. So like doing lore has been really fun for me, actually getting to turn my overactive imagination's ideas into something. I don't think I'm the best actress, but I enjoy playing silly little characters. So yeah. But yeah, they go from the graveyard, walk past the maze, look at a couple other things, and they end up going into Mary's house, Bloody Mary. Now, Bloody Mary is an NPC in the market who is canonically a vampire, dating the plushie seller Lotso, who is a very, very sweet, cuddly looking character. And Mary's house is also situated on the island, and inside of the house, on loop, is playing the disc Melancholy. And the reason that's important, there's a book in the second floor of Mary's house that says about what the disc can do, and basically, the Melancholy disc, if people, not everybody, but certain people who are either weak-willed, have a weak mind, or maybe just like randomly find themselves susceptible to the music, and it will kind of lure them into a hypnotive state where they can't move. It's kind of like sleep paralysis, you know, when you wake up and you can't move. It's sort of like that. How conscious you are during it it varies. But yeah, they end up going into the house to just have a look around because it's a part of the area. And both Jasper and Val fall victim to the hypnotizing song while the herbalist goes outside because her cat jumped into a cauldron and nearly died, which wasn't planned, but it happened, and we were all really scared. I've never had sleep paralysis. I never want to get out of bed, but I've never had paralysis, but that's like the best way I can compare the effects of the disc. It's like hypnotism plus sleep paralysis, and yeah, it's just kind of a weird kind of thing. Oh, I'm sorry, Evan. But yeah, both Val and Jasper fall victim to it, but Val is in Mary's bedroom when they get frozen, and Jasper is just at the like entrance to the house. And this is like a little, I had to reason this out of lore. Because I knew Jasper was susceptible to the music. I did not know Val was susceptible to the music, and Elle did not know. Elle plays the herbalist. Elle did not know about the music at all, and because their cat almost got killed, didn't get to learn about it from the book that Val was reading, so was just standing outside. So I had to be like, okay, Jasper has to be the one to move and has to be the one to get Val out, because Elle doesn't fucking know what is happening. Because as soon as I realized Val wasn't outside, I was like, fuck, they're probably in the house frozen. So initially I just kind of hand waved it. I'm gonna say that because Jasper was at the entrance of the building and could see Odessa and hear the cat meowing, that kind of snapped her out of it. Plus probably the exhaustion and caffeine in her system from all the coffee she was drinking kind of gave her a jolt. And she managed to get outside, take a breather, had some more coffee, and then bravely ran back in to get Val, who she had to pinch, basically, to you know, wake him up. And they all got out of the house and were like, yeah, let's not go near that. That's dangerous. We gotta make sure people know about that, just in case, you know. But yeah, all the while, that they're doing that kind of stuff, and Jasper is giving them the lowdown on what she has heard and seen and all that kind of stuff. Both the herbalist and Val are being like, yeah, this place is kind of insane. Why is there a pigeon running the guild office? Why is there a raccoon running the gacha? Why is there an anthropomorphic hedgehog? Why is he not blue? Isn't it lore? Well, you can use it. I know I'm a bit loud, but use it as like a little sleep aid if you want. We're being very chill. Lie down, get a nice warm drink, get a pillow, get a blanket, warm clothes. Just have a snuggle and let your eyes close. And if you fall asleep, don't worry about it. It's okay. Just chill, everybody chill. But yeah, the Val and the herbalist are both being like, yeah, this place is kind of insane. Waking up here was insane. All of these creatures and people and things are insane. And Jasper feels fucking vindicated. She's like, the dream is agreeing with me that this is crazy and has to be a dream. That means it has to be a dream. And she literally mumbles that while following behind them because, like, yeah, this is a dream. The characters in my dream are agreeing that it doesn't make any sense and therefore it has to be a dream, right? Right! She's desperately trying to justify it to herself, and disregard anything that could point otherwise, like the times that she trips and falls and hurts herself. You shouldn't be able to feel pain in the dream. And all of that kind of stuff. Oh, I'm glad. I never really think that about my voice, but it's nice to hear that other people do. You're all so cute, you're all so sweet. Yeah. Oh, yay! Yay! I like doing just little podcasty, running around doing shit kind of streams where I can just mine like nothing is happening in Minecraft, and it's a good time. Yeah, Jasper feels very vindicated about her belief that the dream is a dream because her dream is agreeing that it has to be a dream. And, you know, Valen and the herbalist are hearing her doing these mumbles and are like, yeah, I'm worried about her. They're worried about her. And that stream with Elle and Lizzie was like 2 hours long of just lore. Like, we did so much that we weren't even planning. We planned how we were gonna meet and vaguely like, oh yeah, I'll tell you guys this stuff. You can react that way, like, la la la. But we just kind of went. The three of us can just go forever with lore. So we ended up going from the Halloween area back into town. We went back to the herbalist. We went to the path connecting the herbalist, my house, and Con's house. that was built just before by one of the constructs, Spades, who is a character that I play and has not yet been seen. It hasn't been seen yet in any events. Just, you know, been heard of, name thrown around, all that kind of stuff. Books left about. Will show up in the next event, which means I won't be streaming it, but it will be fun. And yeah, they end up going to kind of the crossroads there. Jasper gets a little minute alone to just kind of like ramble while Val runs ahead to like figure out. They want to go to the Cottontail Farms, which is over the bridge past Jasper's cottage. And Val goes to make sure that they're going in the right place while the herbalist goes home to drop off her cat. And Jasper stays at the crossroads to just wait for the herbalist and then take him back to theirs, and then from there to the farm. So they do that, they meet back up with Val on the path, go to Cottontail Farms, and Val is all kind of worried because the owner of the farm, a leaf sheep, that is the race, called a gnocchi, which is a type of mushroom. Actually, not leaf sheep, it's a mushroom sheep, sorry. Leaf sheep is the sea slug. I got that confused. Yeah, the little mushroom sheep guy is nowhere to be found. Val is concerned, more concerned that their plushie is just left on the ground in front of the building. And they're very, very sad. Oh no, even it's BRB! Ah! It's okay. I'll continue with the lore because there's not much more of that particular stream. That's so fair, Kiki. Don't you worry. You just chill. You just chill. But yeah. They have a little bit of a, oh, maybe Enoki just dropped it. I mean, they're a child, aren't they? They're like 16 or something. They probably just left it or dropped it or whatever. I'm sure nothing bad happened. High-key foreshadowing an event that would later happen. But I'll talk about that in a minute. And then they go back to Jasper's house, where she shows them the book by Evander, and also finds that she has a letter from the mechanic Con, whose house they passed, whilst heading back to theirs, giving her gifts and stuff. And she's like, "Oh, I'll give a return gift. That'll be cute." And then Jasper shows them the book that Evander left. And that leads them to a discussion about Briar, because Jasper talked to Briar about Evander to find out who the fuck he was. And also theorizing about who they assume is his kid, Angelica. And it kind of leads into the herbalist kind of being like, I don't know how to feel about Briar. We don't know what happened to this place. How do we know Briar didn't cause it? All this kind of stuff. Val hasn't met Briar and has just heard kind of nasty things from their roommate Siren about them, while Jasper is there being like, I mean, Briar's might have brought us here, and that, like, maybe I get why people be upset about that, but Briar's nice. Like, Briar's nice, guys. I have no reason to dislike Briar. Briar's nice, guys. Believe me, they're nice. They're so nice. And eventually the conversation gets a little bit heated as Jasper has like this moment of just clarity, maybe. Or maybe it's just her overthinking because she's an author, she has a narrative brain, overactive imagination, she thinks that she's dreaming. She's like, think about it realistically, the amount of power somebody would have to have in order to bring however many people they brought here, set up a magical barrier, prevent death from affecting us for a limited time, and all of these kind of things. And that kind of sets the herbalist off into a, yeah, that's kind of terrifying. What if Briar was the one to cause whatever happened to this town to destroy it? And Jasper's like, I don't think that's the case because Briar really likes the town and wants to fix it, and why would they destroy something that they want to fix? Why would they kill the people here that they lived with? They just seem lonely. Jasper legitimately gets a bit scared of the herbalist at that moment because they get a bit angry. And basically just makes an excuse to get them out of her house because she's like, shit, they're in my house, I can't leave, I need them to leave. And so she kind of plays on their previous concern for her, being like, yeah, I does a big yawn, which isn't like a fake yawn. It is a real yawn. But she's like, I should probably get some sleep, like you guys recommended a while ago. And they leave to go and talk about their own things. And for a moment, she considers following them. Because when she first moved into the house, she found an invisibility scarf. And she thinks about following them with it, but ultimately decides not to. Mostly because she did take photos of them without their consent, and she was not very sneaky about it. None of those photos ended up looking very good anyway, though, so they're not gonna, like, do anything with them. But yeah, she decides to leave them to their privacy because she doesn't want to be rude or mean or whatever, and even though she's curious what they could be talking about, she doesn't want to... She more so doesn't want to get yelled at for getting caught if she were to follow them, because she's already a little bit freaked out from the herbalist getting a bit angry with them talking about Briar. So she just decides to focus her efforts on making some gifts for Con, and then doing whatever it is that Jasper does when she's alone, which is probably writing poems and staring into space, daydreaming, and convincing herself that she's dreaming, and taking care of the pets in her house, like her bunny Kingsley, who she loves and who she made a hutch for. She's shit at building and she did the roof wrong, but she made the bunny a hutch. It's really cute. Love that little bunny. Nothing could go wrong with bunnies. We love that bunny. We love Kingsley. We love. What next? What next? I think after that, I did solo lore. Yeah, that's right. I did a solo lore, and that solo lore was Jasper finally getting a chance to go into town without any interruptions and getting photos around the place. Gets a photo of the representative's house, Silas's house. Oh god, I have a snack in Neverite. Look at me. Look at me! I'm so cool. I'm so cool and awesome. No, just yeah, we did Secret Santa on the server, and you could like do a server gift or like a different kind of gift. And Simon, who plays Silas, got me and drew me a goofy little Jasper. This is how I imagine every other character sees Jasper. It's just a little blobber. It's my favorite little thing. Yeah, it is so cute, little cutie Jasper. We love Jasper. But yeah, Jasper goes to town by herself, just with a camera, and wanders around getting photos of different places, like the new cafe set up near Con's house, and the new representative Silas's house, and the tree, and like whatever she can really think of. She gets a bunch of photos. And she also goes to Briar's, well, she's also in town with the intent to drop off the article that she's written to Briar. It's just a tester to like get her her handle back on her skills. So she also has that on her that she wants to deliver, as well as like a little gift box for Briar. But as she's walking around town, weird things start happening. She keeps drinking her coffee, she keeps doing what she normally does, but she starts hearing things. Strange whistling in the distance, footsteps following behind her, laughter. And then at some point, she sees a little bunny. Just a bunny walking on its back legs in a little suit and tie. And it runs away from her towards the pit of death. And from there, it jumps, not into the lava below, but into a hole in the wall which she didn't know existed. And she doesn't follow it. She can't follow it. She doesn't have that far of a jump. And even though she could use magic, she's not confident enough in her skills to make it without potentially falling to her death. So she kind of clocks that bit of information away for later. Clock, because every time the bunny shows up, she hears a ticking clock. Yeah. But you know, despite all of the things and her vision wavering and all this kind of stuff, she continues on, getting a little more freaked out as she goes, until she sees the bunny again, and it runs into Briar's office. She chases after it, telling it not to rush in there, not to disturb Briar. She follows in. Briar is nowhere to be found. and the bunny is gone. There's no one inside the building. And her vision goes funny again, and she takes a moment to try and calm down. And then she updates, she adds a little bit to the article that she'd written, and then she reads through it to make sure that it's good enough. Probably has spelling mistakes. Jasper has canonical dyslexia, just like me. And desperately needs an editor. Briar is her editor. Don't worry, Kiki. I hope you do get some good sleep whenever you fall asleep. Have the bestest eepers. But yeah. So she reads through the article, and the article is in the exclamation mark recap as well. I included it there, if in case anyone wanted to read it without having to like find the specific stream that I read it in. Full thing is there. It mentions basically all of the goings on in Gardenfell at that point. Everyone waking up, people establishing their own businesses in the town, trying to rebuild it. It mentions a Gnocchi being missing at the Cottontail Farms, just offhandedly, as might take a while to restock because we haven't seen Gnocchi in a bit. Mentions the new representative, Silas, and that they live near Spawn, and to take any of your concerns to them, so they can be passed on to Briar. Mentions the, like, what happened in the Halloween area, and also a warning to people to be careful if they go near hello Beef, hello, to be careful if they go near I'm giving a recap of this lore server that I'm on, and it's actually been taking me quite a while to do so. So, you know, you're hopping in like midway through, but at least this stream will exist in its entirety as like a thing people can come back to if they want to verbally hear it, which is fun. Even with all of my interruptions and side tangents. Anyway. They talk about the Halloween area and then Mary's house, and they warn about the song that hypnotizes people playing within, giving a specific reference to Val and how they almost got trapped in the place because of the music. Now that specific mention is important. Or could be. We'll see. It puts all this information that she has learned and heard from other people and experienced herself into this book in a very like concise and article-esque manner. I literally researched how to write articles in order to write that. Felt like I was back in English class. And then she drops that off to Briar in a little gift bag with some cookies and flowers and stuff, and a letter explaining the whole thing that she has left. And then she goes home and is like, everything is fine, this is all just a dream, and I'm not going crazy hearing these footsteps or these giggles or this laughter or bunnies, and everything is fine, and there's definitely not a shadowy figure sticking out between the trees. What do you mean? What do you mean? Everything's fine. Everything's fine. And so the next stream, Jasper is still in that everything is fine, it has to be fine, everything is fine. And she decides to go on a walk. And that walk ends up taking her towards Con's house. And she's like, how about, instead of being on my own right now, where I'm hearing things and seeing things and all this kind of stuff, I go and interact with a person who is probably as, well, they're not real because this is all a dream and everything about this is fine because it's a dream and I don't have to worry. But why don't I go and talk to this dream person who I have heard about and exchange letters with and want to meet. So Jasper follows the path to Con's house and meets Con, and Con opens their letter, and you know the two have a talk about the constructs and the different things they've seen, and Jasper learns that Silas and Con are apparently related or like adopted siblings, which is something I didn't know out of character and threw me for a fucking loop. I got real confused about it for like a hot minute, and you can tell in the stream, and it's actually really funny because it's just like I didn't know that and I wasn't expecting Magix to tell me that. Lovely Magix, who is on right now, plays Con Faraday, and we love Magix so very much. Magix is cool person who I like very much, good friend, good guy. Yay! Yay! But yeah. They hang out, they chat, they do all this kind of stuff. And eventually Jasper realizes that she's out of her coffee. And as soon as she realizes that, a little bunny rabbit runs up to her, and she's like, "Oh, cute little bunny in the tuxedo shirt. You are here again, and you're not running from me this time. How sweet is that? Oh, we're just going to ignore the clock ticking that has begun to sound in my ears." And Jasper says hi to the bunny, and Connor's like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And if you look at Magix's stream, you can't see the bunny on his perspective. You cannot see it. Me and Lizzie spent a while setting that up so only I could see the bunny. No one else could hear what I was hearing or see what I was seeing, and I made sure of that. And it was very, very fun because of that. So, yeah, Connor's like, "What are you talking about? There's no bunny here." Jasper gets freaked the fuck out because it's confirmation that the stuff that she's seeing isn't just Dream being a little bit weird. She might be waking up soon, so it's getting a little bit more crazy. It is just kind of, I don't know, it shifts something in her that just makes her panic. And not having any coffee to help her focus or distract herself, she makes a lame excuse. I think I actually said I left the oven running or some shit, I don't even know. And she just goes running home. And as she is heading home, the bunny follows her with the incessant picking. Yay! And she keeps running, and she like practically is begging at that point for the bunny to leave her alone because she's kind of scared of it at this point. And then she gets in her house and she closes the door and everything is fine and her vision is swimming and everything is bright and colourful and weird. And then, as she reaches the living room, she passes out. The exhaustion finally caught up with her. She didn't have enough energy to make herself another coffee to keep her awake any longer. She'd been not functionally awake, but like practically awake since she woke up in Gardenfell, and it had been at least a month, maybe 2. You can technically live without sleeping for 6 months, but that is quote unquote without sleeping. You have to get like not proper sleep, maybe not even REM sleep, but you have to get at least a couple minutes of sleep in order to function like that. Otherwise, you will just die. And hallucinations, auditory, visual, and also just, I want to say sensual, I don't think that's the word for it, are common. Which is also why I talked about feeling bugs on my skin when I was playing Jasper while hallucinating. She was real uncomfortable. I just didn't know how to articulate that one as well in the moment. But yeah, she passes out on the floor, and I asked Rose about this, as Rose plays the roommate Cyrus. Cyrus wouldn't try to move Jasper. Cyrus just puts a blanket on her and leaves her on the floor for like a week or 2. And that's fine. But yeah, Jasper passes out and finally goes to sleep. And while she is asleep, 2 major things happen. There's like other stuff that is other people perspective centered, but 2 major things happen on the server. First is the construct honey calls a meeting of the people and tells everyone that they've not heard from Briar in a while, they've not seen the mayor in a while, and they're kind of worried, and whilst doing their searches with their like set scanners and all those kind of magical constructy things that they have, trying to look and find where Briar is because they're concerned, they picked up some strange readings from a building nearby. And not being very competent in combat, they ask the people who show up at the town hall to come with them to assist. I think Magix was there as Con, Dov as Black Maya, Siren's character was there, I think Ripley thing was there playing Bellamy. A lot of people were there. And they all go to this building near spawn, dubbed the Apothecary's House, belonging to a man named Finley. And what they kind of find in there is a house that is quite strange, full of this substance called cinder slime. The land around it rotted and withered away. The trees, the earth, everything about it is just reeks of death. And then they find the basement where there is blood coating the walls, an office, experiment chambers, and a series of books they find scattered around the building, some in hidden places, some out in the open, that talk about the owner of the place, a scientist apothecary man called Finley, and how he started hearing these strange whispers of departed souls, which then led him to a structure further away from town, and eventually to another realm called Inferna, where he met a pair of twins, demon twins, who oh so graciously gave him permission to study and research in the realm on one condition: that he created for them the perfect monster. And so everything in his house kind of points towards him making a wither, for these demon twins, the supposed rulers of Inferna, which is the Nether. And this building, the apothecary, is sort of like the remnants of those experiments and findings. And there are notes scattered around, and I was there as Lepion the pigeon, trying to brute force people into finding shit. Oh, hi Al. Thank you for the raid, Al. Thank you so much. Do you have lore today? Do you I remember that being in the Discord that you had. Was it today? Am I forgetting? Anyway, how was your stream, El? What are you up to? What are you doing? I was just giving my chat a recap of my perspective Gardenfell lore, and then I just got up to the events that happened in December, the apothecary event, and it was you and Rose moved it to tomorrow. Okay. Okie dokie. That is good. That is good. I can't wait. I will try and be there to watch. Or maybe I'll just log on and stalk you, invisible. No, I'm not gonna do anything annoying, don't you worry. I would never. What were you doing today? What were you up to? Did you have a fun stream? I miss you. Also, hi, Del. Hi. I was giving everyone a recap of Gardenfell lore before the L raid. I'm gonna get to do that in a minute, but we're saying hi to L. Thank you for the hydrate as well, Ash. Oh, you're showing off your Animal Crossing island? Oh! I've been kind of like, not kind of wanting, but I've been thinking about getting back into Animal Crossing because I've been like hearing things about the new update. For context, I've not played Animal Crossing since the pumpkins were added. And I think that was like either the year it came out that happened, or it was the year after that came out. You just started playing in October, November? Wow. Well, I hope you've been having fun. I should get back into it a little bit. I think I got my favorite villager in Animal Crossing, which is Coco, and then after that I just kind of like didn't know what else to do. New island with chat when the update comes out? Huh. You can make new islands without deleting your old ones just by making new profiles, right? Because honestly, I might do that. Not like with chat, I don't think I want to stream Animal Crossing, but I might start a new island just for the fun of it to like get back into the game. Because sometimes when I return to a game after not playing it for so long and I'm like continuing where I left off, it throws me a bit, you know? But I'm so glad you have fun. On the same profile? Yeah. Ah! Oh god, wait. Empty. Anything? No, none of this stuff is really things I want. I have too many resources. If you make a new Switch profile, you just visit the island of the profile who played the game first. Oh, that fucking sucks. So I'd either need a new Switch or just to delete my initial island. I might just go to my initial island and then see how I feel about it. And if I'm
feeling crazy, I might restart it, but if not, I might just try and like update the one I already have. Completely depends on how I feel after I load up the game, but we'll see, Anyway, I'm gonna get back into the Gardenfell recap. So we were just recapping the Apothecary event where the Construct Honey, worried about where the Mayor Briar has gone, calls everybody to go investigate some strange medical readings they got from a building near the town, which they didn't know about, and they'd gotten those readings while trying to search for Briar. And then they all go to the apothecary, find some weird books, and discover this guy, Finley, found another dimension called Inferno, aka the Nether, and was tasked by these two demon twins to make the ultimate monster, aka a Wither. And that's kind of the be-all and end-all of what happened there. There was mentions of a character called Eliana, who is Briar's spouse, who I think Blackmire and Silas also visited her grave after the main event had finished off. Also, Con and Honey friendship, yippee, because Con is a mechanic and thinks the constructs are cool, and I think that's cool. It's very fun. And then Lepion pigeon moments. I think the raccoon was also there. The Gacha raccoon was also there because I remember having fun with Cat, both being silly little animals who can't talk, and it was a great time. But yeah. And then nothing really happened after that until the next event, because you know, next event happened after Christmas, and it was Christmas, and people that do a lot over Christmas, and yeah. But yeah, another event happens where Honey calls everyone to town hall once again, and is like, so after the last time, I've still been looking for Briar, and I can't find them, and I've gotten more magical readings that are similar to the ones from Finley's place, but they're really far away, and I can't investigate them, because since Briar's not here, I need to look after the town. So, they give, Honey gives a compass to the location to Lepion, and Lepion takes the intrepid adventurers to where the magical signals are coming from, where they find, once again, dead earth, leafless trees, and gashes in the ground. Deep ones leading to pools of lava, and a massive one leading to the entrance to some strange ancient structure. And it seems to have been repurposed into a laboratory, with crates and bookshelves and all these kind of things laying around. And in the center, under a floating orb of cinder slime, is a warp plate. But it does not go anywhere. And there is a book. And they read the book and they learn of Finley's experiments with making the Wither, and there's papers littered around. There is also a pigeon plushie that has the name Angelica on it. Yeah, so Finley kidnapped this child called Angelica, who was Lepion's friend, and also the daughter of the guy who owned the house that Jasper's now living in. Convoluted, I know, but like it's really funny because I just made Evander as a throwaway character, and then we made everything fucked up from there. Because why not? Yeah, Finley kidnapped her and used her for experiments. Bitch! Scared the shit out of me! But yeah. Basically, they look through the book, and there's a highlighted, like, oh, what would have taken 12 years to complete, I've done in a matter of months, and yada yada yada. Just a light bit of child kidnapping, yeah. It gets more fucked up, though. I'll tell you how more fucked up it gets. As like a behind the scenes thing, because it's not super important, and I think we did mention it on Cat's stream, so I can bring it up, but I'll talk about that in a second. But yeah, the book mentions something about number 12, and when they go to page 12, a door on the opposite side of the room opens, and inside that, behind the bookcase, is the item they need to access the warp plate. So they put it in, they go through the warp plate, and they find this pitch black room, white quartz staircase leading to portal frames, and some sort of strange arena-looking area. And in the center, suspended in a cage, a tube-like cage, is Inoki, played by Kedaru, being taunted by a demon, presumably one of those twins that Finley kept mentioning. And everyone's like, the fuck are you doing? Why is Inoki here? If you watch Kat's, like, cinematics and streams before, basically, little guy Inoki... Thank you so much, Kat, for the raid. Thank you so much. Hello, hello. Hope you're having a lovely, lovely day. How are you? Welcome, welcome. I am playing on the fun lore server called Gardenfell right now. We've just been mining for Netherite whilst I recap the whole lore of the server so far. I can't start from the beginning because I'm already almost at the end of what I've been going through. But if anyone wants to know more about Gardenfell, you can check out its Twitter with !Gardenfell, or check out my written lore recaps of !recap. Doing pretty well. What are you streaming? How did it go? I hope you had a fun time. Feel free to raid and run if you are sleepy, but I hope you have a good day. Hope you had a good day. Hope you had the goodest day. So I love mining. I have so much fucking netherite. Oh, I'll take the Wixie token. I love the Wixie token. Tier list of your 2025 MC events and a little bit of MCCI. So cute. Doing well. I'm doing great. I'm having fun. Having fun ranting about this server that I love. My lovely friend Lizzie Folksy runs it, and I just have fun. Lore is a fun time. It's a good time. But yeah, we were just covering the last event to happen on the server, which was basically the Nether opening. Where everybody went to this magic-y old ancient structure. It had a boss arena below it. One of the people had been kidnapped down there after hearing a bunch of creepy voices, and then found the place and then got stuck in a cage. And then everyone else found them and were like, the fuck? Demon character was like, the fuck? And then said, you know what? I don't want anyone coming into my realm. Get out of my house. And then summons a wither on them. But so it's been a bit. I was very inconsistent with streaming last year just because life stuff. I have a niece now, so I've been doing a lot of babysitting. And then, you know, mental health and all that kind of shit. And then I got sick over Christmas and was also just busy because December is like hella busy. But I haven't seen you in a bit. I missed you. But yeah, I'm gonna try and be more consistent this year, but we just see what happens, because I need to get a job this year. I keep saying this, I need to get a job, and that's gonna fuck up my stream schedule more than it already has been. But you know, I'm gonna be live again on Thursday, because I have lore on Thursday, and we love that. We have fun, yippee. But yeah, wither gets summoned on the people, but it's not a normal wither. And I set up the wither boss fight to be a custom boss fight, so it went from being the normal wither with however much health a normal wither has to a wither with about 21,000 health that summons wither skeleton minions with netherite swords and helmets, as well as spewing harming around periodically and then flooding the arena with lava. Which is very fun to set up. I like command blocks. They're very fun. Yeah, you go have some nice rest. Have a nice time, Cat. Thank you for the raid once again. Yippee! Yippee! Sorry, it took me a second to read what you wrote, Evan, because my brain just kind of did a fart. Happens to the best of us. I want to get this netherite, but I can't see it if there's lava in the way. But yeah, I was told to make an unbeatable wither fight. So I made an unbeatable wither fight. And yeah, it was very, very fun to make, and it seems like people had fun playing it. And it was also done that if you died, you would be sent to the cage where Kat's character was locked up. Didn't count as a canon death because people voted that it wouldn't, but, you know, future events where things like that happen might be canon. It's all just like depends on what's going on. Thank you for the headband, by the way. Thank you. Even though I know netherite doesn't burn, it still freaks me out. Okay. And yeah, they're fighting the wither, either getting stuck in the cage because of shit or just, you know, trying to vibe. And Lepion, the pigeon NPC who I play, got locked out of the arena because he was intimidated by the presence of a hot demon lady and did not enter it. And being unable to help the intrepid adventurers who he brought there, he decides to run off to try and find help. Eventually returning in tow with Briar, who canonically he found not too far away from the structure where everyone else was, just like wandering her way back to town, in a new outfit, completely bruised up and with strange dark blue gouges on her arms, like something has clawed into her skin. But yeah, Lepion returns with Briar in tow. Briar instantly breaks her way into the arena and with little fanfare summons a shit ton of skulk tentacles to kill the Wither instantly and save everybody. As she does so, by the way, the demons who had summoned the Wither disappeared like as soon as it appeared, so like they're just fucked off. As soon as the Wither's defeated though, one of the portals opens behind them and they all get access to Inferno, the Nether. That is the Nether opening. And there's a couple of things that happen after that. Some people just run into the Nether to go exploring, other people go home or start doing their own lore bits. Enoki, the character who had been trapped in the cage and unable to participate in the fight, gets taken home by the pigeon, flown all the way home after being trapped for a couple of months, or like at least a month in a cage, after stumbling into the place. Not in a good way. Kid needs therapy real bad. Gets a bit of it from the pigeon. Also Siren, the siren character who can make people say things because they are a siren, is going to open a therapy office and the pigeon is going to help because why not? But yeah, a few more things happen on Kat's perspective, with Honey showing back up. There's also a whole moment of Briar helping Siren find a location for the therapy office to go, and then Lepion interrupts to let Briar know that there's a letter waiting in their office from Jasper, the article that she had written, and to also kind of tell them to go and get some rest because they are fucked up and covered in bruises. And I didn't know this. Apparently, whilst the pigeon and Briar were having that conversation, Rowan's character Cricket was outside the window watching them. And most of what, like, anything that Lepion says can be seen in world chat, so we just kind of have like a... Nobody has talked about it, but the way that I see it is if you don't see Lepion, you don't hear what Lepion is saying. There is like a way I can make it local chat, I think with Figura, but I haven't been able to figure it out yet. I'm not that smart. So we're just gonna leave it with how it is for now. And just go from that room. If Lepion is not with you, then you do not see what Lepion is saying. But yeah, some of the stuff I was saying to Briar, I ended up typing in a whisper, and then Briar replied to it out loud. But me and Lizzie were both just like RPing, and I thought we were alone, but just going with it, and I didn't realize till we finished the conversation and Briar had gone to get some rest that Cricket was outside watching and listening, and it was very funny. Very funny for me. But yeah, there wasn't a lot that happened there, just, you know, read Jasper's book, get some rest, that sort of thing. Briar went to get a nap after being mauled to death, almost, by whatever creature. We don't know what attacked Briar. It's unknown. The Vision also said some interesting stuff in binary. Yeah, that was just me being silly and stupid and tired and sleep deprived. Which is a fun moment, you know. Like, I needed a reason for the pigeon not to go into the battle arena, and the only reason I could think of in the moment, because I hadn't thought of it beforehand, was, yep, Lepion is intimidated by hot women. And that's all you guys need to know. The pigeon is afraid of hot women. The pigeon is also more than just a pigeon, but we're going to talk about that later. The pigeon is a guild master and very, very dear to my heart, and I love Lepion. It all just came about because I found a pigeon model on the Figura Discord, and it's very silly. But yeah, Lepion went back to check on Enoki, found a different construct called Zolaire singing the Daisy Chain song, and it was kind of creepy. Then Cricket showed up at Enoki's along with Honey, the construct guy I mentioned before, and eventually Con's character Magix, and it was kind of interlaced with like some lore bits of us, like of Enoki talking about what they experienced while being captured, and then some silly bits of us just fucking around and having fun because, you know, it was a good time. I clocked out after they all decided to go back to the apothecary place to show Pat, or show Enoki, I should say, what they had missed. But I assumed that was just kind of going over what had happened in the apothecary stream initially. I had to go because it was like 1 a.m. and my dad yelled at me to go to bed. So I was like, the troops need me! And I ran away as the pigeon. Fun Lepion facts. He had a wife. He has an ex-wife, a wife, and a husband. Has a rivalry with Krampus, who is in the Christmas area. And hates phantoms and is planning to start a war against them. Has also been in at least 27 wars, excluding the Phantom one, which hasn't started yet. And also, oh, what was he also? Was friends with Angelica, and then, oh, also got a therapy license in 1907. I love bullshitting. Lepion is just, I get to have fun and bullshit, and it's very silly. It feels like a force of chaos is intimidated by hot women. I mean, why'd you... I literally justified this of like, this is why Lepion respects Briar, is because Briar is a pretty lady. Lepion, I also forget, I always refer to Lepion as he, but Lepion is like, it's the same as Warren in the sense that Lepion is any pronouns, does not give a shit, but I just always refer to them as he because my little guy. But yeah, Lepion also stabs homophobes for fun, and it's very silly. But yeah, that's kind of the be-all and end-all of what happened in the event, of what was important. There might have been more stuff on Cat's perspective that I don't know about, but again, that's like, you know, that's whatever. And then after that, we had my last lore stream from the weekend. It was less than half an hour long, if anyone wants to go and see it. It's quite confusing if it's your first bit of lore to watch. But basically, Jasper finds herself in a hallway with large windows, white walls, and mossy grass littered with bluebells. And she walks around in a daze, kind of confused, but not questioning too much. She questions a bit, but she doesn't kind of question too much. She's just like, okay, I'm in this place, how do I leave? And she finds a door, and above the door is some signs that say, find 8 extracts to open the door. And so she starts walking around, looking for these books, and each extract is a different part from the book Alice in Wonderland. And the first one is in a room of like weirdly placed doors. The second one is in a room with rabbits, including the tuxedo rabbit who gives her the book and then promptly disappears. The sky starts thundering when she accuses the place that she's in to be an impossibility, and that was completely unplanned and really funny. Because we forgot to turn the weather off. There's a room full of mushrooms, a room with a pond and a rainbow above it, and a crab for some reason. There is... I need to actually remove that area from the server, because it's still on there right now. I'm in the Nether, I can't see it. I'll show it on the map when we go back into the overworld. There is a room that is just covered wall to wall in mirrors, and in its center is a radio where this haunting music. That music, by the way, was Introspection by Maybe. They've also done a song called Lobotomy, which got very popular on TikTok for a while. That was the song I was looping during that stream, if anyone was interested. After that is a room full of trees, and the bark of the trees looks like eyes. There was actually supposed to be item frames with eyes in them as well, but they don't copy over in well-did-it pastes, so maybe they'll show up in a different dream. Who knows? And then there was a room that was a banquet table that was covered in coffee. With the final book. Well, not the final book. The final book was in a room with the walls covered in clocks. And I know that extract was by I think it's the King of Hearts. I don't actually know. He doesn't get brought up in most Alice in Wonderland media, but there is a King of Hearts. And that extract is start at the begin at the beginning and continue on to the end, then stop. And that's the last book that Jasper finds. And then she goes back to the main room. And the main room with the door also has two staircases. One that goes down, one that goes up. But they're both blocked off. So she just finds the front door, goes through it, and she assumes that will be the way out. But instead, it is just a short hallway into a large room. And in the center of the room is a deep, dark pit. And she looks into the pit and gets a bit freaked out at how deep it is. And then she hears something behind her, and she turns around and sees herself. But something is different. The her that she sees does not have blue eyes, nor a blue necklace, nor a blue bow. All of those parts of the ensemble are red. And she gets a bit freaked out seeing this different version of herself staring at her, slowly coming forwards, while she is at the edge of basically a plank that she could fall off at any moment. And then as she is panicking and questioning what this thing is and what is happening, the other Jasper hits her and she falls into the void. And as she falls, she wakes up. She wakes up gasping and panicking, and she reassures herself that she was just dreaming. It was just a dream. She's awake, she's alive, she's completely unharmed. And then she catches her breath and she looks around. And she notices where she is. On the floor of the living room in Evander's cottage in Gardenfell. And she stands up, shaking legs and confused still, and stumbles her way to the front door. And she steps outside into the rain. And she looks at the bluebells and the path and the building she has grown familiar with. And she realizes Gardenfell was never a dream. She just woke up. Both literally and figuratively. She's fully aware that she is not dreaming, that she's not been dreaming since she arrived in Gardenfell. And next stream on Thursday will be the continuation of that realization. And that is all the Gardenfell lore of my perspective, and then the events that we have missed. I didn't really go over the event for picking the new representative because it was really just Raya gathered people said they wanted to be representative, people voted on which one they thought should be the representative, and then they went to the Halloween area and had fun. And that was kind of it. But yeah, that's kind of the full catch up. This took like an hour and a half to recap it all, which is funny because I've only done 8 lore streams of the server. So it took me an hour and a half to cover 8 lore streams and then 2 events that I wasn't a part of, which is very funny to me. Interspersed with like ramblings and raids and all this kind of stuff, but you know, still. And then tomorrow, there's going to be lore on the server from El Pond Fairy and Rose Thunder, so you guys should definitely check that out. You can see my roomie and my neighbor interact. I don't think Ella's in chat anymore, but I do need to reach out to Ella at some point to do lore. I have like a whole list of like lore that I have planned or like have an idea of what I want to do. Obviously the next one is going to be with Lizzie. But I do want to do another one with Elle's character at some point. I just don't remember what order the things are. But I'll figure that out. Live up on Fairy and Rose Thunder. We do! We love them so much. And there is another event that is going to be happening on the server. I've mentioned it last stream that it's going to be where Spades debuts officially, where people will finally get to see her. I don't. Oh, we've got like 2 stacks of Neverite. Yeah, I'm gonna head home. I'm gonna head home. Cause oh boy, that's a lot of Neverite. Oh, that's not the right one. It's G, and then we'll get shaders back on. Let's start by smelting all of this shit in my special super smelter. Boop. Here we go. And then we'll start putting stuff away. That's 32 Neverite ingots. Hell yeah! I mean, that makes up for the ones that I spent on the storage drawers and then some. I don't even need this! Though, that being said, eventually there's gonna be a server update with new mods. Or that some mods are gonna be taken out, like Tom Simple Storage. We have a Fisherman mod on right now that is kind of shit. That is gonna be removed and replaced. So all of that stuff is gonna happen. Let me just put the scrap away for a minute so I have an empty hand. I can craft that into ingots at a later date. And then, yeah, here is that stuff. And then what we are gonna do is, because this bag is full, there is some stuff. Oh, I have stuff in both of these. Yeah, that should pick it up. Those don't get picked up. Okay, we'll put these in manually. What was I saying? Oh yeah, next event. Oh, anyone who was in last stream, do you remember what was actually said about the next event? Because I don't know if me and Lizzie said what would be happening in it, other than Spades would be there. Oh, oh my god. Oh, wait. Need to be far enough away. 81! That's nearly 82k. Okay, and this is why I have this. I need to upgrade that barrel, actually. Yeah, I can throw. Actually, I'll keep the rail. I'll keep the rails. Clearly is more Netherrack. I mean, theoretically, I could make a Netherite scrap upgrade for all of those things. They don't even have diamond ones yet. They don't even have diamond ones yet. Also, why am I doing that? Oh, I'm doing it by name in this one. I usually do it by count. But it just doesn't look as good because it somewhat orders them. It doesn't because it's gold ingots and then block of. What if I do it by tag? It's not the count. Tag. Tag is worse. Because I think tag is just like Minecraft gold block instead of it being block of copper. We'll just do it by fucking count. Why not? And then this goes redstone. Okay. And then actually we have that goes in there. Oh. I didn't want that to go in there. We'll move that manually. Okay. Yeah, I don't remember what was said about it, so I'm gonna avoid talking too much about what is planned for that stream. Because I don't rightly know what has been said and what hasn't been said, and I don't want to spoil shit. We also got soul sand. Then the gravel. Magic's left the game. We'll take the soul sand out. We can just put the rest of it. Yeah, this is why I need to upgrade this one, because that. Oh wait, I need to turn off the magnet. Turn off the magnet. Okay. There we go. And now that will just funnel out. Did I use a shoot for this? I think I did. Yeah, but it's not a smart shoot though, so it doesn't do it. But oh no, it does. It does have a smart shoot, so that does do it by the stack. Look at me being smart. Roll this away. Yippee, yippee. Yeah, there's gonna be a mod update. We don't know exactly what mods are gonna be added, but I know that Tom's Simple Storage. Where do at? Tom's. This mod is being removed, and then Fisherman's Haven is being replaced by a different fishing mod, because Fisherman's Haven kind of sucks. It's kind of a shit mod. Like, the only thing it really adds, which is interesting, is the fishing rods that make treasure chance go up, and the rest of it doesn't really work. I don't know what else is being taken out. Pagan's Blessing might be getting taken out because it's a very bare bones nothing mod. The most like cool thing about it is the chalice of never ending milk, and then the pentacle, which any mob you kill then gets put in the pentacle and it becomes a spawner. But you can't really make farms of it because they don't interact with water. You can do create like fans, but it's more annoying. So yeah, that's that stuff. I don't actually know if I have a dedicated place for soul sand. Would it be in here? Yeah, it is in here. Okay. There we go. I also haven't been opening my trash while I've been doing all of this stuff. We don't need those. Head away. But yeah, there could be a mod update. Hopefully it will give me more stuff to do. Because, unfortunately, like, I don't know, there's some things that I really like doing on servers, and then there's some things that I really don't like doing on servers. And I love building, but building in survival is one of those things that I much prefer doing when I'm alone. Whereas building in creative, I think I also like doing more alone. But because it's in creative and you don't have to worry about resource gathering or management and all that kind of stuff, it feels easier. I do kind of want to show you guys the build world that I've been doing in my off time, but I kind of want to finish the castle first because I don't know, I feel like streaming that when I like in the middle of a build is kind of not fun. And having the build there will kind of give everyone a better idea of exactly what I'm doing. And oh my god, this is gonna take for fucking ever. You know what? Fuck it. While that is cooking, we are going to make some barrels. We're going to make a barrel that is better. So I need iron and gold. We'll go to diamond. And I think we're also going to need these. And then I forgot how to make a stack upgrade already. Blank upgrade is for iron and planks. Get those planks and then 8 of these. Here we go. Okay. Shove it in there. Okay, so we do... That's the wrong thing. Okay, first barrel. You can just put a redstone torch in the middle and then not have to do it like that, but I just do it like that because I'm stupid. Okay. Then blank plate. And then to upgrade this plate, it's... Or is it just... No, that is correct. Oh, we need a basic stack upgrade first. Yeah, that's why we have the stripped. There we go. Oh, so I haven't actually done that hydrate. I'll do it in a second. I'm slacking. I'm distracted. Okay, and then this comes iron. becomes gold, becomes diamond. Theoretically, I could have just taken one of these empty ones and then replaced it later, but I don't work like that. I don't fuck like that. I don't fuck at all. I'm asexual. Okay. Grab that before the chute takes it, because I don't have that hooked up to a smart chute. Gosh, no gambling. And then stack upgrade. And so this is full of all that. And now it's empty. And we can even do all of that one in there as well. Not all of it, apparently. Most of it. Most of it. And no, that's better than nothing. Reorganize my inventory and put all my stuff away. I'm getting used to having my storage like this. I don't hate it, because like it's very traditional. I do quite like Tom Simple storage, but it is a laggy little thing. One thing that I noticed when clearing it out is it misreads the items that you have in the storage crates quite often. The best way I can put that is, like, you open it, search up an item. Like, when I was grabbing the paintings, it would show me this painting and say that I had like 500 of them in the storage, but I only have 12. Like, it would some reason like misread the numbers until you took the item out and then put it back in. And it did that with like several items. Like, it did it with all of the paintings basically. And a couple other things, which probably isn't great for like lag and performance, if I had to imagine. Yeah, that's gonna take a while to dispose of everything, but it literally goes in the lava, so it's not gonna really cause much issues. I just need to remember to turn the thingamabobs on that back on, and by thingamabobs I mean, ooh, part of garbage. Back in the garbage you go. By thingamabobs, I was wondering what was up with these flowers. Is that just because of the curtain? No, it's just a distance thing. For some reason, in these pots, you can only put double tall flowers. And they have to be like either like vanilla or blooming nature. I think some of the other ones work. Like these nature spirit ones also work. But I wanted these ones because they're thinner and they look kind of nice, but I don't know. Maybe I should move them. Maybe I should replace them and put stuff here. I don't know. I don't know. I just kept looking at them and thinking they look different, and it's not bad. I think that's just kind of like a render glitch from distance. But it's very, very funky. It's very fun. Checking who's on the server. Ooh, a cherry shelf. In the bin you go. Literally, doing my trash stuff is always just, I wonder what I could get. Also, I moved this waystone down here for the grotto. This is where my Botania stuff is. I kind of moved it around a bit. So this is like the flowers and stuff. Most of them are in the botany pots still. These 3 functional flowers I got from the trash. So that's the Argiconation. Where on the 25th of April? Day after my birthday. Oh my god. Don't know what that does. The Lunium. Heart above your head. Light bulb flower. And then the Julian, which is Frugal de Fahrenheit. Don't know what any of those do. I know about like what 3 functional flowers in Botania do. Don't know what those ones do. And all of these items, I got these from the looting places, but everything else, and that from looting places. I got that from the trash today, got that from the trash, got that from the trash, got that from the trash. That's a really cool item, but it doesn't work because I don't have any mana. Got that from the trash today, got that from the trash today, got that from the trash, got that from the trash, got that from the trash. Don't know what any of this shit does. I don't use Botania. I don't go here. I'm gonna start using it at some point because I need things to do on the goddamn server. But I don't know. Do you guys want me to do a stream playing with Botania? I feel like Esh does, because Esh played Botania and Fungi. But yeah, I'm just curious like how interested people are in watching me learn it versus Gotta get the wiki up constantly to reference. Exactly, exactly. The thing I find with like learning new mods is I am a visual learner. So I find it a lot easier just watching videos. I've watched Britannia videos a lot because I just keep watching and rewatch. Oh yeah, I also got both of these from actually I'm gonna fucking throw these away. I got both of those from the trash as well, and I don't fucking need them. You would like to see me learn Britannia? Maybe we'll do that as a future stream. I've been dabbling in Nature's Spirit on stream, but my thing of Nature's Spirit is I don't fucking know what to do with it. It's a fun mod. It's cool, but most of the stuff either you can do in Britannia or I'm just not super interested in. Maybe we'll go have a look. Oh yeah, I also set this up. I think I showed this last stream. I watched a video on Corel's tombstone. I don't really know how it works still, but I have my graves for it, so that's fun. But yeah, got rid of my terminal, which makes all of my areas outside of my house really annoying because I just have to teleport back and forth. We can have a little bit of a read of the compendium. Xenoblade again, namely how depressing Xenoblade 3 is and the amount of queer or queer-coded characters there are on Xenoblade. You know what would be fun? And this is totally just because I keep watching Half-Life VR, but the AI is self-aware, and the Snapcube real-time fan dub Kingdom Hearts dub over and over again. It would be really fun to see a Xenoblade dub. I don't know if anybody who does those projects is a Xenoblade fan, but that would be entertaining, I'm sure. JRPGs and all that kind of stuff is always fun to see funny shit done from. Okay, let's look at creating aura. Because most of this stuff I've done or looked at. There's two things I have locked. Ritual of the Brewer. As ashes turn to ashes and dust to dust, a similar natural convention can be achieved with aura and equally magic potions. Specifically, lingering potions have certain magical abilities that allow one to extract the effects and convert them into aura efficiently. To do this, simply build the Ritual of the Brewer as depicted on the next page. Then, throwing any kind of positive, lasting, lingering potion down in its vicinity will cause the effect to be consumed and turned into aura. Needless to say, the longer and higher the effect, the more aura gets created. Notice that, however, only one effect can be converted at one time, and throwing multiple potions at the ritual will cause their power to go to waste. That's a fun looking thing. Ritual lingering absorber. This is just for like creating aura though, which isn't something I need to worry too much about, so long as I keep, like, I have all of these trees around to keep my aura levels high. So I don't, what is a canopy diminisher? The big, oh yeah, this is the tree one, where it just grows trees and then it converts the trees that grow into aura and also does it with the big trees. That one I'm somewhat interested in. Not interested in enough to make right now though. What's Firecracker Gaze? Oh, this is just gonna be the same thing. Consuming any fireworks that are dropped on the ground around it, it will shoot them up into the air once they explode. Colorful energy is absorbed based on the complexity of the firework. More or less aura is created, spread into the environment as a result. Okay. These are all just ways of getting more aura, which is what I was looking at. Creating aura section, creational devices lack the ability to create aura beyond a certain point. The creational catalyst easily solves this problem. Placing it directly below any creational device will cause its limit to be lifted, making it able to generate aura far beyond the previous mentioned point. This comes at no cost in return. Doing aura indefinitely may be an exciting prospect for some magical botanists. It has also recently been discovered that doing so may be of little use due to aura fizzling. This should be kept in mind and mitigate using a device like the aura detector. Use a device like the aura detector. Aura conceptually. Aura Aura fizzling, this behavior seems to occur when aura has spread far enough in all directions to be so distant from the point it originated that it starts slowly fizzling out. While this does not affect the aura closer to its origin in any way, it may still be something to be aware of. Mitigate using something like an aura detector. Okay, I don't understand. I mean, I do, but I also don't. Harnessing aura, what does it let you do? Rail of the Worlds. T for any kind of portal. Complicated setup. Okay, so that just lets you put rails through dimensions. I don't give a fuck. Many abilities water elegantly into a solid structure, one that can even be used in areas that are usually deemed too hot for water to exist there. So this is just bringing water to the nether. Require varying amounts of aura. That's useless. I don't need water in the nether. Okay. Let's see if anything here is useful. Energetic Aura Forge is first of all useful. It's most definitely not the only energy source around. Recent history, new sources of energy aren't considered natural, have been forged by people. Sometimes it might prove useful to have such power. The energetic aura forge directly converts aura into what is known to most people as redstone flux. Simply place the energetic aura forge with the accompanied structure as shown on the next page. Then any excess amount of aura in the area will automatically be turned to electrical energy. So this is just like a redstone block. Yeah, this is just a redstone thing. I don't care. Literally everything in this mod I read and I go, I don't give a shit. Aura Field Creator, one of the two activities mostly done by humans is breaking blocks. This requires quite a bit of strength and effort. Long time. The Aura Field Creator creates a dense field of moving aura that is strong enough for it to destroy blocks within it. We don't want that. Armorer's Aid. Scientists have discovered the use of higher tier materials to create a blast furnace. Magical botanists have attempted to further improve upon this technology. I found that aura might be capable of purifying any kind of ore to a point where it has a chance of producing 2 ingots rather than 1. So this is just a better smelter. That's what a lot of the blocks in this are. The ones that I have made, like this thing over here, the crusher, will just give you a better output of items that you crush in it. Like instead of, I don't know how much bone meal you get from a bone, it gives you double. And it's good because like when you convert these into the powder, it gives you like 2, but it turns that into 4 instead. I've read the natural altar. The altar of birthing. Creation of certain living creatures would be of any use. Slightly gruesome botanist. For this, the altar of birthing can be used. It can create and spawn almost any living creature. The cost of some ingredients that are related to that very creature and a bit of aura from the environment. For it to work, it requires the right structure to assemble. Usage of spirit of birthing as follows. All the ingredients, including the spirit of birthing, are required to be thrown, ground, or the birthing automatically produced. Following the pages outlined the construction. Spirit of birthing. Okay, spirit of birthing can be obtained easily by person breeding 2 passive animals together. While there is a slight excess of aura present in the surrounding area, for each new baby born, there is a chance of a few spirits of birthing to be created in the process. Okay, so that's just getting a higher aura output in the area, and then it should be good. The altar of birthing, ugly formation, and then it's basically just a spawner. You can do cows, sheep, chickens, pigs, blazes, ghasts, bats, parrots, every vanilla mob. Not all that important. I mean, it's cool because we're gonna be getting rid of pagans, but it's not super needed. Thank you for the head pat. Thank you, Blue. Fine, it's either real-time fandom, but not by the same people who made Sonic Kingdom Hearts fans. I mean, yeah, I'd know it if it was by them. But that's still cool. Any kind of fandom is fun. I just predict like these people. There's another, like, it's not a fan dub. It's like an abridged. It's like a Sonic Adventure abridged, where it's one guy who scripted and voiced every character in all the cutscenes. I think it's like Charlo, not Charlo, no. I don't remember. They have like a blue and white color scheme. That's all I remember. Also, hi Jacqueline, hello. But yeah, this isn't great because it's only vanilla mobs and you have to spend resources to make them. And I'm assuming, what does that actually say about, do you have to put the things in created around the altar or for it to work? So I'm hoping that this works like a spawner. So you throw a pork chop, a spirit of birthing, and a piece of leather, and then it will just keep spawning the mob for an amount of time. You can do !song to get the song in chat. We're listening to Kasane Best of Kasane Tato playlist because I just really like Kasane Teto. She's cool. She's cool, I say, as I become her. I made Magix give me this model just because when you have the head of it, it's a Tato plushie, and I want to try and copy that for my models. But look at it, it's so cute. It's got physics, it's got eye movements. It's actually really cool how it's put together. I want to learn from it. I want to get cool. I want to get good at figura, and this is inspiration. But yeah, now with Teto, I don't like how the arm is positioned. That might be normal. Doesn't look normal. Gonna save a little. As you should. As you should. Honestly, if you check out this playlist, it is just called Best of Kasane Tato on Spotify, and it's good. Also check out Jamie Page, because Jamie Page does like some of the best. I'll let this song play out, but I am also gonna put Rot for Clout in the queue next because I love Rot for Clout. I keep playing it. But yeah, I'm hoping this works, like it just ties that mob to the spawner indefinitely. Or does it actually say? Ingredients are required for on the ground. We're gonna process automatically. Outline construction to obtain it. It doesn't say how long it lasts. Okay. That all the ones for harnessing aura. Mechanical devices. The only one I haven't read is the automatic constructor, which I'm guessing does construction of items. Automatic constructor comes in handy. It will create without the help of anyone required. Any item that can regularly be made by crafting. Okay, it's like a crafting table figure, but like, what's the fucking point of doing that when I can just craft it myself without... I feel like this takes more time. I feel like that takes way more time than is needed. Oh god. I've not read like half the things on here. Okay. Bird hits hard. Birdbrain does hit hard. Also, Twitch bot caught Birdbrain and wouldn't put it in chat, but I'm putting it. We started the stream with Birdbrain when I put this playlist on. But I love all of Jamie Page's music. Let the bass go. That's right, let your dreams take flight. You can let it up, let go up. It's right through, blows a hole through you. We can fill it up, fill. It bites on the bone so nice you can eat it up, eat. Love life is the goddamn vibes. You can fuck it up, fuck. Fuck it till the sun burns out. We can rock for cloud. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Okay. We're gonna really quickly run through this. I know what one of these items does because I messed about with it in a creative world. Token of undying friendship. Owning pets, quite... token of undying friendship upon being applied. Any tamed animal will never be able to die. Okay. I'm saving that one. Because that's actually cool. Sent home to the owner's usual revival location. Okay, that's actually a good item. That is beautiful. I will probably make that at some point. Thank you. Also, I need to remove the rest of these because I don't care about them. Okay. There you go, but I didn't think it would flag that, to be honest. Yeah, auto mode has apparently been more aggressive in the past couple of months, so it's weird it does stuff. Staff of Shadows. Dark spots need to be lit up, however these can often be somewhat hard to locate, causing a lot of difficulty. So that just does what Mini HUD does of showing you what blocks aren't spawn proofed by light. Could be useful, not that useful, especially because I don't care. And we have magnum torches that prevent mob spawns. Staff of Riches. Ability to uncover riches and make them easier to find. Upon swinging it, it will highlight each storage container in a radius of 64 blocks or so for about a minute. Give the user enough time to simply travel to the magically visible location and collect the treasure. That's not a bad item. I'll save that one. That could be useful. It's literally it shows its name as Loot Finder. Staff of Balder. That is in Norse mythology, Balder is Odin's son. Yeah, Balder is Odin's son. One of Thor's, I think is it Thor's brother? I think so. I don't know. It's definitely Odin's son or Freya's son or someone's son. And he is made immune to every single thing on Earth except for mistletoe. And then Loki makes his blind brother throw a mistletoe spear at him, and then he dies. But he gets to revive after Ragnarok. I think that's who Balder is. The gods of higher worlds have long held many powers, including the power of casting light upon the world. When combining godly materials in the fashion depicted on the following page, a staff can be created that shoots a ray of lightning, which, when a block is hit, causes the surrounding area to be lit up as if glowstone had been placed there. Additionally, when the ray hits any sort of living creature, it will cause it to go up in flames. To cast a ray of this kind, a small amount of aura has to be carried on the user. I think I have the item that lets you carry aura around with you. I'm saving that because that's actually cool. That's very cool. To have ancient knowledge, I think, yeah, this is just helps you locate ancient debris. This is the one that I've played with in creative. It's Neverite Finder. We'll save that. Not that I really needed Neverite, but it could make life quicker. Skyseeker tools. Obviously immense. Really understood. Skyseeker tools are functioning as regular tools. They each have additional special ability. Their diamond counterparts. Additionally, these tools can be repaired in the same way as bottomless tools, probably with aura. Any items that were mine to immediately enter the user inventory, I have backpacks for that. We have Chi Decapitator for that. Nothing any block. That's kind of cool, but not cool enough to replace my stuff. Till's bigger area. Don't really care about the hoe. Anyway, dealing with monsters, they get levitation. That's kind of annoying, actually. Skyseeker armor is not going to be better than my Neverite armor, so I don't care to read it. Ring of Last Chance is a totem. Death just has to be accepted as an occurrence. That's what magical botanists used to think before they realized that death itself can be averted using something as simple as a ring. The Ring of Last Chance, when placed anywhere in the user's inventory, will prevent their death by healing them and disappearing in the process, similar to the Totem of Undying. So this is just a craftable Totem of Undying. That is exceptionally cheap. Like, the hardest item here to get is a Wither Skeleton Skull. That is exceptionally cheap. The ring fits perfectly. It's the one ring. It's the one ring, guys. I'm saving that. Ingot of the Depths. Ooh, that's actually cool, and I'm happy I didn't convert my thingamabobs. After the origin exception, magical writers find a new way or a mystical with Neverite with it. One can create most powerful material ingots of the depths. ingots expected can be used to make tools and armor. You gonna fucking tell me about that tools and armor, or are you just gonna cop block me? Okay. What is this? Pleasant than there are a few things that are more unpleasant than favorite tools. Breaking. Problem. Token can be applied to any tool using an anvil. We'll have this token applied to it. Will, instead of breaking when durability reaches 0, simply stop functioning instead. That's kind of cool, but I'm very good at managing my tools and making sure they don't break, so not something I need. And then Aura Trove. Once the amount of aura acquired becomes too much for the aura cache to store without having to refill it on two regular other bases, one can employ the help of an aura trove, a higher tier version of the aura cache that has 3 times its storage. Oh yeah, the aura trove is the portable mana thing, or aura thing, I should say, and it goes in your belt slot, which isn't super helpful. I would just carry it in my inventory. I can make that in case I want to use the Staff of Balder or any of the other things. You guys been here long times. Holy shit. 3 years. Jacqueline is young. Compared to some people, my goodness. Okay, that's like everything I can get so far. I'm guessing the things that aren't unlocked are probably end related, or will probably they're probably like, because there's Bottle of Ghosts and Bottle of Sunlight. Is there like an end? Is there an end equivalent? That's Hexery. Blood, that's Hexery. It's milk. Wait, what is it? Bottled? No, it's bottled, not bottle of. Bottle of Ghosts. Bottled substance, scary. Sunlight, bottled darkness. Yeah, that's probably from the end, and that's probably the item that I'd need in order to unlock the rest of the book. That's like a few things that I can work towards making. We do also have Corral's Tombstone that just lets you revive pets, so long as you have the item for it. So like, it's not that great, because I can already do that. I'm interested about the lightning staff just because I want to hit things of lightning, and Neverite Finder I don't really need because I can mine Neverite super quickly. The ring is fun to me because I have my totems retextured as coffee cups right now. That could be fun as like an item for lore though, if I ever needed something like that. I don't right now, but could be fun. But yeah, other than like generating, actually let me, what is the, I don't remember what item. Oh, it's the magnifying glass. I'm giving my magnifying glass to somebody else. That means I need to make another one. Okay. I need to grab a bit of glass and a bit of iron. But I should have the rest of this. That's a piece of iron and a piece of glass. And wait. Okay, yeah. Glass and iron, glass and iron, glass and iron, glass and iron. Iron. Do I have a normal bit of glass? Where is my glass? Here's my glass. That is framed glass. Taking purple glass. Because I should have somewhere here. That's not where my soap is. Where's my soap? Where did I put my soap? I don't remember where my soap is. I feel like it should be in here, but it's not. Ow, this one kind of hurts my ears a little bit. I'm skipping that. Oh boy, lightning! Wait, is it in here? Yes. Okay, I'm fucking moving that. Because that is not intuitive placement on my part. Soap is cool though, because now I have normal glass. Okie dokie. Back to Tsubaki Blade. I need to rewatch Soul Eater. I keep saying this and then I haven't done it. I'm much better at watching shows, especially ones I've seen before, if I'm watching them with another person. But I'm not sure any of my friends would want to watch Soul Eater with me. But, I mean, maybe I should just stop being a pussy and ask. Because I love it. It's just been like a couple years since I watched it. Okay. Is this... Am I wrong? The device... When equipped in either hand and interacting with a compatible device, its range of operations. Okay, no, that's not the item that I actually needed. I need whatever item... It's not... That's not what the Orator does. Natural aura around, it's all well and good. Carry, no, that's just lets you carry aura. No, it's the environmental eye. What do I do with my environmental eye? Oh, it's in my fucking inventory. Okay. Well, I needed to make another one of those anyway. I'm silly. There we go. Oh, I can just, that just goes in the charm slot. I can technically just keep that on. It's just because it gives me that bar. Why did I want this again? Why? Trash. What was I doing? Guys, I've forgotten what I was doing and why I wanted to see aura. Your girl forgot instantly. I think I just wanted to see how high the aura levels were around here. Scared the shit out of me. They're normal. The trees replenish any aura this takes from it. Same with over by the God's Altar. So... it could be good to have something that generates more aura in a controlled way other than the trees. I do have all of this space out here. But I don't care enough. I don't care enough. This mod doesn't really let me do a lot. Or doesn't... I should look into it more. I watched a video of it before and kind of forgot all of it. I'm gonna sleep in my little hidden bed as Kasane Teto. Teto has quite similar hair to me actually when you think about it. I don't have the drills, but our hair is somewhat similar in shape, if not anything else. Which is very, very fun. But I don't know, compared to like... I mean, Britannia obviously has things in it that aren't super useful 24/7, but they're cool. Like, I mean, the ring that lets you fly is banned on the server, but like that's a really cool thing, and the belts and the accessories for it are all really cool. But Nature Spirit doesn't seem to have a lot. Lizzie did pose the question to me of why do we keep it if it doesn't really do a lot, and I'm like, I don't know. Right now, my only reason for wanting to keep it is because I have that whole orchard, and like, the fuck am I gonna do if I get rid of it? I can replace the trees with other things, but do I really want to? Do I really want to? I would. I would ask Lizzie if I could use World Edit to replace them instead of having to find new trees to plant. I would just, you know, replace the logs and the leaves and then keep the grove somewhat similar to what it is. Maybe make it like a cherry grove to fit the Tsubakis, because I don't want to change the Tsubakis. You did movie night in your Discord if you wanted. That is true. But I mean, I know I was watching Lego Monkey Kid in Discord at one point. That was because I was hyperfixating on it. But Lego Monkey Kid is quite short. Like, you can finish like a season in like 2 hours, which doesn't feel like a very... That's like an average stream time. Like, in the time it takes me to do a stream, you can watch a full season of Lego Monkey Kid. not including like the specials because those are usually like an hour long. But Soul Eater is 52 episodes, which isn't as long as some animes. But I don't know. Plus, like, scheduling Discord movie nights, nothing wrong with it. I just struggle to it. I don't have a lot of motivation, and I'm EP, and yeah. Yeah, effing is crazy and cool and wah. But yeah. Speaking of, we're probably gonna close the stream in a bit. Not right now. In like 10-20 minutes. Don't know what to do until then. I don't want to start Botania right now. I think I'm gonna save that for probably not next stream, because next stream is lore, and then I'll probably fuck around with people afterwards. Utran Botania also banned. It is, yeah. I didn't see it on the like banned item list, but I think on a stream I asked Lizzie if it was banned because I was curious, and Lizzie said it was. It is like a really good like survival flying system because it has a stamina bar for the flight, so it's not super overpowered, but just as a general rule of fun, pretty much every item that lets you fly is banned. Like, there are spells, there's like at least 2 spells in Iron Spells and Spellbooks. There's Ascension and there's Angel Wings, and Angel Wings functionally gives you an Elytra, and Ascension just kind of not gives you creative flight, but something similar to it. And when you have like cooldown effects and stuff like I have, it's super like overpowered, especially for early game. So those are banned, and I think just to be in fitting with it, the Frugal Tiara is banned. I might suggest to Lizzie that some people use it for lore reasons, because there's one person who I think could benefit from having it as a lore item. And I can't share anything more about that. But that also could very much be why it's banned. Because I think I asked the question on stream. I couldn't clarify with Lizzie about that. But it does let you pick different kind of wings and stuff. Yeah, the pixie wings were super fun. They also had their own limit, but because it was like the cooldown on it was so short, it was kind of nothing. And if you did that on like, I mean, they also negate fall damage, so it just kind of meant there was no problem with it. I want Feywild to get like more updates and development into it, because I really like that mod. It's so fun. But there's just not enough to it. It's just very bare bones at the moment, unfortunately. But that's what happens with solo developers. Like Hexery, really awesome mod, has a lot of stuff you can do in it, and like the broom is the bit that everyone seems to really be drawn to it for. But it doesn't have actually that much development under its belt, because it is quite a new mod, all things considered. There's also a new vampire mod that's come out, which I haven't looked into much. I was like, saw a bit of it, because I've mentioned before, I've been working on a vampire themed mod pack and like server for future plans. But I don't think I'm gonna swap from vampirism, because vampirism doesn't have the prettiest like blocks, but it functions well and it's quite balanced, and I don't like that this new vampire mod turns you into some kind of bat monster. Like, that's cool, not the vibe I'm going for. I'm going for pretty vampires, but ones that don't sparkle. Yeah, the Fugal Tiara is a really cool item in Botania, though. What, like, stuff in Botania would I even want? I would say Botania, but it's Botania. Botania? I can't fucking spell. I mean, I love the Corporeus blocks. I found out these are actually like an GUI-less item filter kind of system. I don't like that. I don't understand it, but I like how pretty the blocks are. They're very pretty. I would use them in builds. I would. I'd make pretty build with those pretty blocks. They're beautiful. Oh, that's funny. The Guardian guy's head is Tedo plushie right now. I love that. Futaro in the middle of the end dragon fight if I wanted, but you forgot it. Oh, that's so fair. I think the end is going to open at some point, and I think when the end opens is when, like, flying things will be unbanned, because Elytras will be obtainable, so, like, all the flying spells will probably be unbanned, Fugo Tiara will probably be unbanned. It's like, with how all the Netherite stuff was banned until the Nether opened, even though you could technically get Netherite in the overworld, it was limited, but you could get it. Same with, like, I could technically get a Fugal Tiara from a trash bag, if I got lucky. Imagine if I got one right then, that would be so funny. Oh yeah, my name is Kasane Teto now because this adds a thing. Final weaponry, very cool. But there's a Guardian of Gaia who has a lot of items. The artifacts of Grisai or Grisaya or something like that. There's also the armor. Oh, and they do does that do pluses to the tiara, I'm guessing? The armor isn't bad, but I'm happy with my battle mage stuff. I don't think I want to change, even if it might be better. Don't know what this stuff does. I had this item. I gave it to somebody for Secret Santa. I have this now. Don't know what the fuck it does. Oh, you use it to make another lens. Teto, hello Magix. We've been listening to Teto stream because I was babysitting my niece for like an hour or two today, and I spent most of that time when she was just chilling, cuddling me. Sorry. A fucking fly, like a tiny little midgy fly, tried to fly into my nose. Ugh. That's like my worst nightmare. That just happened. Ugh. But whilst I was babysitting my niece, when she was chill and I didn't have to do a lot, I was looking up Tato on TikTok to get sound clips that I could add to my soundboard so that I can just run around at people on the server as Teto. With Teto sound. Teto! And we're having a nice little time with Teto music because we love Teto. Kasane Teto! And also looking up Tanya right now because I don't know what the fuck to do with it. I have this. I have the Rod of Hell. I have the Rod of Hell. I don't know what it does. I haven't played with it. I'm assuming it does something. I think is this one the Infinite Dirt one? Kind of useless because they have other thing. Oh, no, the lands one might be the Infinite Dirt one. I'm guessing that one's water. This probably just makes fire. It's probably just a glorified flint and steel. I don't know realistically. Ooh, the shears actually. Because my shears are just normal default shears. They have shears? I might make Mana Steel shears because I can actually make those like right now. The only Elementium stuff I make, Elementium shears. That would actually be kind of hilarious. I might do that. As I want from Botania, and even then I might not touch the mod this pack maybe. That's so fair. I think I'm gonna play with it because I've never done it before, so if you want anything, I can try and make it for you. Probably not gonna touch it till like maybe next week, but that is. I've also seen the Terra stuff is like real crazy and you can upgrade it with like different levels of mana pools. And they can become absolutely insane. Like, she went past it. The SS tier doesn't look all that cool right there, but that is like pretty cool. Those are pretty cool. Ooh, Starcaller. That's an item that I would want because it sounds pretty. It sounds pretty. I'm gonna save that because it sounds pretty. Also the bow, because I like bows and that looks pretty. Chakram. Lair Chakram. This reminds me of Nezha. Kind of makes me want it. Mana Mirror. Don't know what that does. Oh yeah, the Blaster is just a portable mana thing. A ring that will generate infinite mana slowly as long as you have somewhere to store the mana in, like a mana tablet or another ring. I don't remember the name of it. Huh, okay. World Shaper Asteroble. Sex tent! I'm sorry. Oh, there's a trinket case. That sounds cute. That's not even expensive. I could make that now because I have a little bit of mana steel. I'm guessing it's probably like the Band of Greater Mana, or maybe those are the storage ones. That's a magnet. Those are just reach. I have the Sworddrawner's belt, which is apparently good. The capes do intrigue me. I don't know what they do. Obviously this is invisibility cloak. I already have something that does that for me, but it's fun. Storing and the Band of Ore is generator. You remember now? Okay. But these all go on my ring slots is the only thing, and I'm quite happy with my irons ring slots. I wish there was more ring slots. I have 5 fingers on each hand. There should be 10 ring slots. That is my true belief. 10 ring slots, please. Make it happen. Make it happen. Don't know what Charm of the Diva does, but I want this because it looks pretty. Oh, I know the Dice of Fate is how you get the items of Grisai. I think the key does something cool. Eye of the Flugel, Ring of Thor, Ring of Odin, Ring of Loki. Ring of Loki would be fun, just because I like Loki. Can you craft that? No, that's an item of Grisai, isn't it? The discs would be fun just to add to my collection of discs. And then all of these items, I mean, I'll get the witch pin because that looks like Tato. And also maybe the ribbon because that's kind of cute. These are all like really simple to get because they just need string. I'll save them. Does this count as cannibalism? I learned a bit about cannibalism, which is going to be really great for a character from different SMP that I'm going to play. Not that they're a cannibal, but I feel like they'd know about the effects of cannibalism. Pinkinator! Oh yeah, that makes the Wither friendly. I do like the necklaces as well. Do I have a necklace slot? I don't, because it has my amulet of concentration. I could replace that though, because I don't really need to not be interrupted during long casts. Or at least not all the time. Tainted blood pendants though. I don't know what these do. Oh wait, they do wait, okay. They do things, so that's speed, strength, haste, jump boost. Okay. Bloodthirst, allure, emptiness, soul cross, night vision, gills, fire resistance. Okay, I don't know what Bloodthirst does. That sounds fun though. That sounds very fun. And there's all the flowers. Okay. And they have a lot of different petal apothecaries that you can make, which is very, very fun. I do want these. I do want the little flower floaty things to decorate my cave. I think that would be very, very fun to do. But yeah, we'll mess with Botania in the future. And that'll be a very, very good time. That'll be a good thing to mess with because I'm running out. Like those items that I looked at today for Nature's Aura, I'll probably make off stream because there's not that many of them, and I honestly don't care that much about it. Like I don't really know what to do with the mod, and anything else that I'd want from it. I obviously can't get right now. We can actually let's fucking look. Let's look. Let's look. End crate. No ender name. I don't know what that does. It scares me. Well, these are the dimensional rails. World Eye. Oh, it's just a chunk loader. I love the names. They have like their in-game name and then the actual name of them, which is very, very funny. Oh yeah, there's a better eye that I can make. Rose of Oblivion. How the fuck do you get a Rose of Oblivion? Does not tell me. It's an end flower. I'd have to find that in the end. Okay. To me, at least. No, I was having a look through it. I read through all the stuff I hadn't seen before, and like, there's a couple items that are cool, but we already have mods that do those things. Like, there's one item that prevents your pets from being killed. It just sends them back to your spawn point if they take enough damage to die, which is quite cool. But other than that, and there's also the ring that is just like a craftable totem of undying, but it's a little expensive and it needs. Oh wait, why? Why do I have that in my book when it needs bottled darkness? Because that's not an item that I have, so it shouldn't be showing me that way. I'm going back to check. I'm going back to fucking check. Yeah, no, it just shows bottled fucking vacuum. That's from the void. It doesn't show me bottled darkness yet because I haven't gotten to the fucking end. Why does it show me that in the book and not nothing else? Stupid bitch. Netherite Find is also good, but I got like a half a stack of netherite today alone from just mining. If I was dabbling in Ars Nouveau yet, which I will do after a lore thing, I'd have way more because there's better mining spells I can make with that. Magic's made the Hat of Time the other day, which will let you change the time of day, but only with an external block, which is, I think, is so stupid. Why do you need two items to do one thing? The eyes are cool, but at this point we've already found everything, so it's like, why? You use Ars to find ancient debris. I just go mining and I get lucky. Though if there's a way to do it in Ars, then yeah, it makes this pointless. I mean, the Eye of Shulker End City Finder is actually, it's actually what you're so right. The Eye of Shulker, I think, would be kind of useful because sometimes finding an end city can be annoying. But like, we have looter, so we don't even have to worry about finding an unlooted one. So it's less important than it could be. Amulet of Wrath. Don't know what that does, so I'm not making it. Actually, does it tell me? Does it tell me in the book? Does it? Do you have a search? There should be a way to search, but I don't remember what it is. Items. Oh yeah, Amulet of Wrath. In the inventory allows the wearer to focus their power, giving them the ability to when sneaking and jumping in place, stomp down on the ground hard enough to create a shockwave that hurts. Okay, that's kind of cool. I might make that. Waste of a star. Oh no. I might make that, but I can't imagine really using it. Ender Ocular Eye, I'm guessing that's just an upgrade of the other eye. Staff of Riches, I've seen. I like the Boulder Staff because lightning, but like there's other stuff that does that. The armor doesn't seem super interesting. It doesn't, literally it says, oh, you can make armor and tools with this metal in the book, and then it doesn't tell you what that armor and tools does. Probably because I don't have the metal yet, but I'm like, I don't want to make it if I don't know what it does. 100% what? 100% what? What do you mean? Inelegant my ass. Go to bed. Go to fucking bed. Yeah, it feels a little bit pointless. It's just Neverite armor basically. The other armor says that it has like abilities and stuff, and I'm assuming that that does too. If it doesn't tell me, then I don't care. Actually, wait. Does this? Because it said the tools do. Set bonus when wearing every piece of armor, or equipping the chest plate. Also, when they trust for on the Lytra, the wearer's movement speed will be increased. Additionally, their ability to step onto blocks will be heightened, removing their requirement to jump as often. So that just turns on auto jump. Well, okay, it's not going to be auto jump. It's going to be like walking up a stairs, but a normal block is your stair instead of stairs. You have it? Oh, I see. I'll look it up. Yeah. But the Sky Seeker stuff seems pretty shit. I mean, it's movement speed and just walking up items, and I can jump so high. I might not be able to fly, but I can practically infinitely teleport. And that's all that I need. Actually, no, I don't think I can put... I was just wondering if I could put things on my staff to make the cooldown less. Because right now my armor, it's split. So, like, I've got blood spell power cooldown, and then mana cooldown, 2 ender spell. This is 2 blood spell and cooldown, and this is extra mana ender spell cooldown. Not that my cooldown really needs to be any shorter. Like, look, it's like what, 2 seconds? 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like 4 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like, it's nothing basically. I don't need cooldown shorter than that, but I might try it. Item that lets you open your ender chest and other people's ender chest, but opening other people's ender chests can cost a lot more mana. That makes sense. Oh, look, it's one of the Secret Santa things that I made. That is very cool. That is very, very cool. We do have commands on the server to do that, but they're admin only, for obvious purposes. Actually, there's at least one for open people's inventories, but it only works when people are online. Oh my god, Kingsley! Benoy! Benoy, Benoy, Benoy! We gonna dance? You gonna dance with Kasane Teto? I wish you could tame bunnies. I wish Minecraft let you tame bunnies. There's probably a mod that lets you tame the bunnies. Why can't I tame the bunny? Why can't the bunny be friend-shaped? Why can't my bunny be excited to see me and have me next to it? Why? Why? Let me have a bunny friend that doesn't run away from me unless I have carrots in my goddamn hand. Kasane Teto wants a bunny! Use it on other people, just use it to access your own in the chest. That's very fair. Yeah. I feel like it's one of those items that could very easily be abused by people. Probably not on this server, maybe on a public server. I feel like that's one of those items that would get banned day one. Because nothing would be safe. But yeah. Oh, it has been 3 hours and my throat is getting sore. So we might call stream in just a second. Yeah, final reminder that I'm going to be doing another lore stream on Thursday with Lizzie, which will hopefully be a lot of fun. Don't know the time yet. It will either be my normal stream time, which is 7 p.m. I think we're still in GMT. Or it'll be an hour later at 8 p.m. DMT. Whichever one it is will be figured out on the day. So, you know, keep an eye and ear out on Thursday for that. It will probably be at least a little bit longer than the last lore stream. When I do things solo, they tend to be shorter because I don't have anyone to bounce off of. But when I have someone to bounce off of, and also there's information that Briar has that Jasper hasn't learned because she's been asleep, so probably will be a lot more to talk about in that one. But yeah, it'll be a very fun time, very enjoyable. I'm looking forward to it, and I hope you're all looking forward to it too. Speaking of, let's get Jasper back out before we go. As much as I love Kasane Teto. Ba-da-ba-da-bo. Like, the Soul Stride gives an AoE of fatigue and slowness when you hit, I think. Oh. Huh. That's interesting, at least. That's a cool thing. It's definitely an interesting mod. I'm sure there's like... I mean, I want to hope there's more to it than what I'm thinking. Maybe it's more of a fun thing to mess about with if it's the only magic mod that you have. But there's just other stuff in this mod pack that is better and functions nicer. Anyway, let me go to the end screen. And we'll find somebody to give a little raid. And then I can go back to watching the commentary of Half-Life AI, Half-Life VR, but the AI is self-aware. Because that is what I was doing before stream started. Okay. Let me see. Who is live? God, my Twitch is lagging right now. What the fuck? You know what? Geeky's live. We'll give Geeky a raid, I think. Again, I see you guys on Thursday. That can open other people's ender chest is called Hand of Ender or something like that. If you wanted to give Lizzie a heads up about the item, it could already be banned. I don't remember off the top of my head. But I'll bring it up next time I talk to Lizzie, just in case they're not aware of it. Actually, Geeky. No, Geeky's on a BRB. Geeky's not ended. I don't think. Yeah, Geeky's on BRB. Okay, we're gonna give Geeky a raid whilst they're on BRB. So go say hi to them. Be nice little guys, and I will see you all on Thursday. I love you. I love you guys. Hope you enjoyed stream. Kisses and byes. Kisses and byes. Bye bye.